Commercial Radio and Audio Australia website at commercialradio.com.au. The volleyball
Hampton League Live. Welcome to your live coverage of the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, right here on Streamer, Australia's premier community sports streaming platform. The best coverage of local footy and netball on the Great South Coast starts now. For Warrnambool Nissan, Baitness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool. This is the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, live and free on Streamer.
Wind, and just to give you an indication of the enthusiasm by the Tigers, boys, I'm just a bit bullish about them. Like, you know, even when Jacko won the toss, they roared and clapped and said, well done, you know, so just a little win, and they're up and about. I think they'll take some beating today, the Tigers.
It'll be a cracking game for mine. I'm looking forward to this round one footy at its finest, boys.
Yeah, look, obviously perfect conditions. As Chris McLaren said, Koroit still got some, again, players to come in, but yeah, Portland side, we've been speaking about them all morning. They, like, I'm just even watching their clearance, some work there. They look really, it's going to be, should be a ripping game. Again, it's probably going to, I feel like Koroit's weapon will be maybe shorter and quicker and faster, and then pressure. So, but if Portland's forward line can fire, and they're getting goals from forward 50 marks, which last year they were pretty low, then it should be a really good game.
I think midfield goals might be the key too. I think they've got a bit more firepower through that midfield, you know, so if they can get goals through, you know, Jackson and Ballantyne and Lovell, Jennings, a few of those, it's going to be important, I
think handball receivers is going to be big for Portland's game. They'll want to play on and run at all costs, where we know Koroit, they can do that, but they've also got that great element of their game where they can just stop and just, hold possession to ensure that they're ready to go forward when they're ready to go. So, it's intriguing on how it's all going to unfold, and we're going to get underway very soon.
And Benny Miller, too, interesting pick up for the Koroit Saints, too. So he'll make his debut for the Koroit Saints. He is going to head back in there. He's wearing Jack Block in 30, yeah. So Benny Miller is in number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5, so looking forward to seeing him too. So it's going to be in the ruck, young Jakey McCosh. He's going to go head-to-head to Benny Malcolm. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Strap yourself in, because season 2025 is underway.
So it's Malcolm up against McCosh, and McCosh gets the football straight away, wrapped up by Huppets, who is one of the leading tacklers in the competition last year. And we'll go for a secondary throw-up. So Malcolm gets that body-on-body, got the hand down as far as Jackson, the Maskell medalist from 22. Sharp out on the lead. Couldn't quite take it in the end. Here comes Curtis. Handball. Sharp. Good enough to recover on the left boot. Centres a kick. And Wilson just fell through his hands. Peterson did well. Here they go, the Tigers. Out of the pack was Hunter. And reading it best there was Campbell for the Koroit Saints. He'll go the short kick to Sherkor, and they'll look to get it out defensive 50.
Good defensive play there too, because they were under siege. The big man Wilson, I reckon he'd love to have that again, because it was a nice little chesty wigs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You can see already Mac Peterson just sort of rolling behind the ball a little bit. That's how he likes to play.
There goes Lovell straight into Sharp, and Sharp looking nice and sharp early. And that was a beautiful kick. Tanner Lovell scouting it off the pack, and he hits Tommy Sharp, who will go back and have a shot 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. This is for the first score of the day. He's been a great player, Tom Sharp, former coach. Kicks it, strikes it. Will it come back? No, it won't. Goes through for a minor score. It is the first score of the Arvo, and it goes to the Portland Tigers, one behind 1 point. And that is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
It's a hard ground to move it from one end to the other. It's a bit like Geelong. It's a bit narrow. So Portland will be looking to keep it here.
So the kick to Lockie Rook. Good to see him back in the Saints colours, Wiggsy.
He's built up, hasn't he?
So he puts Clem Nagorka under a little bit of pressure, has to go around to get the handball in, finds it back to Rook under pressure. Well done there by the Tigers. And Ballantyne slaps it over the boundary line, where we'll go with Possum Kelly, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Yeah, doing most of the attacking, boys, aren't they, the Tigers, and just haven't been able to get any reward for their forward thrust so far. But as we mentioned pre-game, just a little bit scrappy at the moment, a little bit feeling out. But as I said there pre-game, I expect that the game will probably open up as it progresses.
Going to be a good contest. Sharp and Mooney at the moment. I reckon that's going to be a beauty. There's Huppets. He gets a handball over the top, that time to Jennings. Jennings slung when he kicked, looking for a free kick down the field. Not going to come, and the ball goes out of bounds. And the resultant free kick will go to Jack Block for the Koroit Saints. So Block, left footer, kicks down the line, further afield, doesn't really look and pick at anyone, and take a nice uncontested mark there in the end. Was Ballantyne. So Ballantyne squares it up, Sharp's going to fly. Geez, nearly got it as well. Here goes Huppets, right foot snap, bouncing, football, bouncing, no, goes through for a minor score. So the Portland Tigers doing all the attacking at the moment. And on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard, they lead 2 behinds, 2 points.
So the kick in now, Jack Block goes short. Good one, finds Hoy, the captain, the Maskell medalist from 2024. Peterson now with the ball in hand. And what a year he had. Mac Peterson just keeps on getting better. Short kick, does well, finds Neve, out of sight, half-back flank. Just that possession game, not his best kick on that occasion. Out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go to the Portland Tigers. They'll want to move it quickly, but it'll have to go back behind the mark. Jackson was just sitting there by himself, ready to attack. So the Tigers, true centre wing. It's 2 behinds. That's on the Solomon's Flooring scoreboard. Sharp has to take on 2. The defensive punch was good. Here comes Neve. Handball. Stevens under a little bit of pressure. Kept pretty calm. Short kick. Finds Peterson just inside the boundary line and hits it nicely.
Yeah, you can see the way they want to play Koroit. It's no surprise. They'll kick mark it around a little bit and hit up at the ball. So, and then Portland's up to Portland to press up, not guard grass, and then try and intercept.
Tell you what, good. Peter Bolsh, Bridgestone highlight of the day, contender there. Oh, that's a grab and a half too.
Jennings.
For Jennings. For the Portland Tigers at the top of the 10-yard square. I was just about to say Huppets. There was a really nice contested mark there, but then he just kicks long and strong. And, Toby Jennings just pulled in a screamer.
And look, I think this year he's going to be able to play forward a bit more. He used to be able to do that, and again, he's one who gets he'll kick this goal.
Comes in, and that is the first goal of the afternoon. A Lucas Brothers snag of the day, and it goes to the Portland Tigers, and they go to 1-2-8. They lead the Koroit Saints yet to score, and that's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
So he's always been that player who'll jump over a pack, let him have a run and jump at the ball, and he's probably going to mark it.
And that's what we're saying in the pre-game, like having these midfielders, because then they can play other positions. You know, even Huppets will probably spend a little bit of time forward, I would imagine, as well as a rest.
And at the other end, just wonder how long Sam Dobson, if he looks like he's been the deepest, how long they'll leave him there. It'd be probably get him up through the middle of the ground.
Oh, the tap down was flawless to Jackson. He'll go to Jack Walsh. Centres a kick. Edwards out in front. Oh, maybe a push in the back. Play on they call. Here comes Ben Malcolm. Looks to take him on. And they tackle in numbers. The Koroit Saints at centre half forward. And we'll have a stoppage. Gee, their vigour and attack on the footy strong early, isn't it, the Tigers?
Yeah.
So it's like a little mini grand final for them. Obviously, after the year they had last year, they've got a point to prove. Lovell out of the contest. Looking to go towards Gartlett. Well done there by the Saints. Mooney got the handball out just in time. Campbell's tackled straight away without any time to release the handball. And we'll have a stoppage 25 out from the Portland goal.
Portland's pressure's been really good. It'll be, again, maintaining it, I think, over the course of the game.
So they'll go for the throw-up, 25 metres out. Huppets roves, snaps around the body, and he sneaks it in for a minor score. He's second of the day.
Isn't he lucky? Huppets a good player, isn't he?
So agile. So that's 139 on the scoreboard, and that's brought to you this season by Solomon's Flooring and Blinds. Teddy Beck's in the team out there on Raglan Parade Warrnambool.
Oh, block goes short. Nice kick it was that time to Rook. Rook short again, but this time cutting it off, taking a nice mark. I think that might have been Connor Peters for the Portland Tigers. He plays on quickly, looking for Sharp. And amongst 2 defenders, pulls in a screamer. And Tommy Sharp, he's been dangerous early. A little bit ginger getting up. He might have caught one in the Jets. Crackers, I reckon. And Sharp just taking a few deep breaths. Oh, yeah, as you do. And he's going to go back and have a shot about 25 metres out on a slight angle. But, geez, he's looking dangerous, isn't he, Wiggs?
Yeah, look, he is. And they've come off the back of, and people watching at home, you can... So, Koroit coming out looking to hit lows, hit short passes, and Portland intercepted. 2 shots of goal have come both from those.
Sharp just pulls it to the right, so that's his second behind of the afternoon too. So a little bit of a let-off here for the Saints. They go to 1-3-9, might be 1-4-10 for mine. That is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard for season 2025. Plus Kelly, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility. What's happening downstairs, mate?
Yeah, good on you, Stewie. They'll be ruining those opportunities at the moment, wouldn't they, Portland? But I have noticed too, and I mentioned it pre-game about trying to maintain possession as much as they can. I've noticed early on that Portland are sort of inviting the pressure from Koroit. Koroit are getting drawn to the ball carrier, and hence that sort of opens up that little bit of an overlap. So, as I said, they're going to be a little bit more patient, I think, with the footy than what Koroit are. Koroit are trying to play that real quick, fast game, which is okay, but Portland a little bit the opposite.
Lovell attempted the kick and tackled, and a free kick will go to the Koroit Saints. So Couch was looking to run with it and to move it forward, but McCutcheon, premiership player, back at the Saints. McGawker tackled by Jackson. He's pinged for holding the ball, and they'll play on through Lovell. Kicks it towards Sharp. Sharp taking the mark, or may have been disturbed in the marking contest. They want to move the ball quickly. Inside they go. Gartlett down the ground. Gartlett marks. It's going to be paid. They'll play on, and Gartlett kicks a goal for the Tigers. And they jump out to a 16-point lead on the Solomon's Flooring scoreboard, 2-4-16. The Saints yet to score, and they're playing well, the Tigers.
Look, DJ Jackson there, he just that rundown pressure, and
that's infectious, isn't it?
Absolutely. The players see that. You show that in the highlights video, and because we spoke about it, that probably was an area they weren't great at last year, and it's all been off the back of their turnovers. So Portland pressure, creating turnovers, and that was just then they wanted to move it quick. They just gave it to the runner inboard, got her in a one-on-one.
Yeah, Jeffy Garlett, he opens up his account for the Portland Tigers in 2025, and they're off to a flyer here. They are kicking with a breeze in this first term, and Lockie Rook just happy to see the ball go in. Holding the football, he's paid a free kick here, umpire Chris Mew. He's not messing around, so Lockie Rook, the resultant free kick. Had a couple of magnificent seasons in Queensland as Rook. Beautiful grab that time by Bird. Oh, he's in for a big year, this young kid, that's for sure. Plays on quickly, swings on the right boot. Dobson's a target. Oh, getting back. That was good football. Benny Malcolm. No, it wasn't Malcolm. It's a Malcolm lookalike, though. Goes inboard. Oh, he's paid. What a chopping of the arms there. Free kick's going to go to Jennings. So Jennings on centre wing now. He's got plenty of options behind. You can see the Portland Tigers, they just like to run from behind the football. So Jennings, it's a congested kind of half-forward line, so he just chips a little kick over the top. Good contest there from McCutcheon. Picked up, well done, Peterson. Steps around one, just scrubbed a kick. Coming through there was Ubergang. Stacks on the mill, and umpire says, let's have a ball up. Virtually smack bang on centre wing.
So 16 points to the margin. Been a great start and a hot start here by the Tigers. Malcolm straight down. Didn't quite get his intended target. Miller's there for Koroit. Harrington in there as well. Great to see Harrington back too. Wigsy.
Yeah, look, and it'll take him a while to get going, but look, great Koroit person. So yeah, good addition for the Saints.
Harpett's got the ball moving forward. Neves at the fall, the football. Just juggling around a little bit. Tackled by Hunter. Ballantyne over the back of the head. Handball there nicely there in the end by the Tigers. That was Jones. Here comes the Tigers. Hunter inside, forward 50. Big Jakey Wilson roving there as Gartlett. Looking to go on the left. Snaps to centre the kick. Intercepted there by Dallas Mooney for the Saints.
Yeah, beautiful play by Mooney. He's been a great player for a long time. Well, kick not his best one that time. That was gathered that time by Tanner Lovell, I should say. High kick goes forward. Oh, bouncing football. Wilson, he gathers. He's wrapped up. Good pressure once again from the back six there at Koroit. Rook picks up, and happy to see the ball go over the boundary line, and we will have a ball up deep in Portland's 450.
Under pressure a little bit, Koroit, at the moment, but all over the ground. Look like they hunted a bit, and numbers in the screen, probably Portland advantage.
So inside forward 50, high throw in. Front position, Hunter, roving, sharp, tackle by Neve. Handball to Lovell, around the body he goes. He couldn't screw it around enough. And a minus score. So 7 scoring shots on the Solomons Flooring and Blind scoreboard. They go to 2-5, the Portland Tigers at 17. Koroit yet to score.
Hey, Possum, is it like if you had to say goals, like what's the pass mark for Portland this quarter?
Yeah, I reckon 4, Wigsy. It's,
Okay,
they've had those 7 shots, and it's fairly strong, blowing directly almost from the middle of each goal, from the goal post to goal post, straight down the ground.
So 2-5-17. So they've missed a couple of chances here, a couple of opportunities. So kick comes down the line now. Big fly over the back there. Coming through there was Fraser Robb, wrapped up. Stacks on the mill once again. And we're going to have a ball up right in front of the coaches' boxes here. Hanlon Park in Portland. The Tigers 2-5-17. Saints yet to score. Portland are kicking with a breeze here in this first turn. There's the Maskell medalist, Hoy. Couldn't quite get the hands on it. Coming through that time was Lovell. He gets it further afield, so the Tigers into attack once again. Getting back, that was Mooney. Good contest in the end. Rook gets it back. That time to the Mack truck. Gets it to Mooney to Hoy. Hoy now, his kick was scrubbed, and it goes out of bounds on the full. And there'll be a resultant free kick for the Portland Tigers, and they'll attack once again.
What a great opportunity for Portland to have, Jennings to swap on the ball and be that dangerous forward. Like, just a great opportunity for him to have someone who's so versatile up in that forward 50.
Yep.
Wiggs.
Yeah, look, absolutely, and we've mentioned it a couple of times. And then you've got, the Lovell boys and obviously Huppets, so they're dominating stoppages at the moment.
Mooney's been busy. He looks to play on, and he'll go to centre wing. Malcolm's going to be there. Flying there is Jennings. Ready at best there was Miller. Or was it Block? And tackled to the ground. I reckon that's Jack Block.
No, so they've changed numbers.
Yeah.
So I thought that. I didn't think that was
that's
Jack Block down there, the big blondie. I thought, geez, he's grown in the off-season.
Yeah.
But Block's number 5 and Miller's number 30. So it's a swap. So number swappage, Hilly.
It causes issues, doesn't it? So Jackson trying to get that forward scrum moving for the Portland Tigers.
And maybe Big Betty Miller, the number 5, mightn't have been big enough, I'd say. I'd say they've gone right home swapping jumpers here, son.
So Portland's got a really good setup behind the ball, so it's like 4-on-2.
So here they go again, the stoppage. Trying to soccer work there by Gartlett. Attacking there was Rook. Jones right on his tail. And we'll have a stoppage. Young Cody Jones, kid to watch out for. I only played a couple of games last year, but was a high voter in the under-18 competition in the League Best and Fairest, the Judd Cup.
So ball now, it's in Portland's forward 50. Malcolm wins this one down again. There's Sharp, gets their handball across, open and into goal. Jakey Edwards goes bang! And the Tigers, they get another one on the board. They go to 3-5-23. They lead the Saints yet to score. And that is on the Solomons Flooring and Blinds scoreboard. And we have ticked over 15 minutes on the league contracting time clock. And Wiggs, what a start from Portland.
Yeah, it's just coming off the back of stoppage dominance. And then we spoke about their midfield, but that goal there, and that was for that guy to get out. Who was the goal kicker there, Hilly?
Edwards.
For him to get out there like 30 metres out from goal, no one on him, probably, Koroit would be probably a bit disappointed with that, but it's just coming off the back of just stoppage wins.
Ball back in the centre there, and Jennings in there with Jackson. There's Hodgkins trying to get it out. A real bit of a scrimmage there. Free kick, and it's going to go
Saints.
to the Koroit Saints. Possible go down to you all thanks to B&B Furniture.
Yeah, the thing that Portland are doing, guys, aren't they? They're getting the ball in deep, and it's putting a lot of pressure on the Koroit defenders. You've seen the 3 goals they've kicked have been from close range, so they're really trying to get it deep.
Here they go to half forward. A good kick in the end, and Sam Dobson, the co-coach, plays on. Gives it a fair bit of foot inside 50. Good kick, and Connor Byrne at the top of the square will have a set shot. 15 metres out, directly in front.
They need this one. That's an understatement. So free kick in the middle of the ground. Dobson, that was his first touch, and then used it really well. Connor Byrne, probably a bit like Toby Jennings the other end.
Doesn't he finish so well? That was a beautiful kick and a beautiful mark from Connor Byrne. He's looking fit. And the Saints hit the scoreboard for the first time, so they go to 1 straight 6. Portland 3-5-23. Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matco Hire. And we're going to go to Mick Finnegan over at Port Fairy as we say a very good afternoon. Mick, the Port Fairy Seagulls taking on North Warrnambool.
Yeah, guys, we're at the 18.5 minute mark, and North Warrnambool off to a flyer. They're 3-1-19 to Port Fairy, yet to trouble the scoreboard.
So there you go, the Eagles, we did say that in the pre-game, didn't we? Their side looked pretty good on paper and they're off to a flyer. Let's go to Wally Steer. Hamilton Kangaroos taking on Warrnambool out of Victoria Park, Koroit this afternoon. Good afternoon, Wally.
Matty Stewart, it's Dean Johnson here. Wally's doing the reserves umpiring, and the seniors haven't started yet, mate.
Beautiful. Hey, great to see you, Magic. You're a legend, mate, and great to have your dulcet tones on, so they won't be too far away, hopefully.
So about 3 o'clock will be the start of that game.
Beautiful. Love your work. That's great work. I love it. Hey, let's go up to the friendlies. South Warrnambool taking on Cobden. Great to have this man back on board. Ash Kelson in 2025. How are you, Ash?
Yeah, good, Matty. How are you?
Fantastic, legend.
Yeah, we're about 15 minutes into the first quarter. South Warrnambool kicking against the breeze, 4 points. Cobden yet to score.
Beautifully done, mate. How's the new bar up there, Ash?
Yeah, well, we're ready for the Warrnambool game. She's just about 90% done. Coming up good. You'll be all right when we play Warrnambool.
Love your work, mate. Beautifully done. Back here, free kick's been plucked out. I think it's going to be Lovell.
He was dobbing these pre-game from
60.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's going to kick from just outside the 50-metre arc here. He's a good mover, this kid. Got the good Dusty Martin haircut too, I like it. So Tanner Lovell comes in, strikes it well. Umpire doesn't move! And he points the finger and says, if you don't mind. Oh, and they're into Hoisey too. There's a bit going on here. And this is footy at its finest. She's back on, and the boys just getting to know each other.
That's a bit funny.
That was good play. I like it. So the Portland Tigers, they go to 4-5-29. They're leading the Saints 1 straight 6. And that is on the Sullivan's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. But remembering the Tigers kicking with a 4-goal breeze here, Wiggs.
Yeah, we probably assess things, I reckon, at half-time. But once both sides have had a go at it. But, again, Portland's movement around stoppages. Ben Malcolm is dominating the ruck, pretty much putting wherever he wants it. And then their depth of midfield is just feeding off that really well.
Harper, tackle they decided the umpire, so Harpers will get the free kick. And he'll kick long to half forward, Sharp out in front, did well.
Good
Peterson,
play.
Terrific mark.
Peter Bosch, Bridgestone, highlight of the day contender, Hilly.
Oh, absolutely, and he's an absolute ripper, Mac Peterson. So he'll play on, goes to centre wing. There's a number of players over there. Jumping at it there was Dobson. Nice bit of cleaning work there from the Tigers. And that, I reckon, might have been Moody, and they see it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. So it's been a really hot start here from the Tigers. 4-5-29 to 1 straight 6. That goal kick by Connor Byrne. Front position, Ben Malcolm up against Sam Hodgins. Dill McCutcheon in there. Great to see him back after only a couple of games last year at the Koroit Saints. Had a few hamstring and injury issues.
So Koroit's got an extra, so they've got a spare Dallas Mooney. So we'll be interested to see whether Portland equalise kicking with a breeze or just keep playing one short in their forward line.
Here they go. They've been good out of the stoppages inside. They're going to get the outnumber. Jumping out of there was Wilson. The big fella rose. Kicks towards the square. And it goes through for a goal. Nice shepherding there by Jeff Gartlett. And big Jake Wilson kicks his first of the day. And they're out of the blocks beautifully, the Tigers. It's 5-5-35. The Saints 1 straight 6. And that is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
Inside 50's been interesting. Like they've scored nearly every time they've gone in there. So and that was an area of weakness last year. But even with having Gartlett there, but just their midfielders, and Stu, you spoke about before the game, you reckon it can be goals from the midfielders, and they've already got a couple. Oh. So from their minis, Jennings one, Lovell's another one.
I know it's only a small little, we've only seen 20 minutes in a first quarter, but I just think there's another centre clearance here for the Tigers. Going forward again, good contest there at centre half forward. But I just like their forward setup. It's dangerous, because in the past they've had to kind of play Wilson down back because they've just been light on. So Sharp, Wilson, and you chuck Jeffy Garlett in. It's not a bad little forward line all of a sudden, and you've got
Peregrine
Jennings,
centre forward. You got Jennings, and then the midfielders will be swapping forward.
That's
it. There's no weak links. There's no anyone easy to play on.
Lovell coming through hard that time. Dispossessed there was McCutcheon. And the pressure around this contest, it is on early, isn't it, Poss? All thanks to B&B Furniture Plus.
Yeah, it is, and it's been relentless. And I think Wiggsy mentioned it. If they can maintain this sort of intensity at the footy, Portland, even when they're kicking to the wind, they're going to be pretty hard to beat. But Koroit going forward now.
They are going forward. Oh, good mark. Contested mark again by Dobson. God, he's a good player. So he's marked just outside the 50-metre arc here, looking for options. Couch gives him one. Still no one on Couch. If he wants to go short, goes inboard to McCutcheon. Oh, he shimmies around one. Blair McCutcheon from 35. Pulls it to the right. It goes through. No, it's been marked on the last line of the fence.
They've looked all right going forward, Koroit. They just haven't been in their forward 50. That's probably the second time they've been inside 50.
So kick goes further afield there. Nice grab taken that time by Jakey Edwards. He's been busy in this first quarter. That's a good contested mark by Cody Jones. So Jones on centre wing. Sharp will be the next target here. He's got Jackson short. Umpire tells him to play on. Sharp is the target. Him and Mooney been an intriguing contest. There goes Lockie Rook reading it beautifully well. Saints got good numbers. Big Jakey McCoshie's in trouble here. Umpire says holding the ball. Advantage going to be paid. No, it's not. It's going to come back. Is he going to pay the goal? No, he's not. I think it went through for a minor score anyway, so it'll come back to Sharp, who's looked dangerous in this first quarter.
He's looked really dangerous. They've moved Mac Peterson onto him, but still, get him one out and get him deep in out of the goal square. But again, that knock-on effect with having Garlett there, Wilson, hard matchup. No one on the mark.
No one on the mark. And Sharp just runs in and slots a goal. And the Tigers go to 6-5-41. And that is leading the Koroit Saints 1 straight 6. That is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blinds scoreboard. And the Portland Tigers, this has been some sort of first quarter, boys.
Yep, you called it, Stewie, and when we spoke about the firepower, I think it's starting from Ben Malcolm in the ruck. He is putting the ball down their throat. So it's just living in the Portland inside 50, and then they just got that quality and class there. They're just hitting the scoreboard. So, and you can see the confidence growing. So already they're going, we're significantly better than last year.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground again. Oh, that was good football that time. But that was Jackie Block. Yes, and a beautiful kick. And on the lead is that man Dobson. So when they do go forward, the Saints, they got some firepower and they do look dangerous. In the pocket, the kick was directed towards Couch. Goes through. Portland got plenty of numbers back at this contest and happy to see the ball go out of bounds. And we'll have a ball up deep in that forward 50. Poss, what's the crowd like downstairs?
Yeah, really good, Stu. There's a huge amount of people down at the bar, and including Ants Marnie. And a big crowd down in front of us. No, terrific crowd. And 6 individual goal kickers, boys, for the Tigers. That shows the variety they've got up forward.
Over 22 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock. Lovell just got it and got some meterage with the kick. And the boundary line's his friend. Will have a boundary throw in. But, yeah, no weak links at the moment, Wixie. They're looking sharp. And, I reckon you're right. Ben Malcolm's had a huge influence on this game early.
Yeah. And, look, the only thing I think if you're Koroit, you're going, when we've got inside 50, we've marked it and looked a bit dangerous, but just been weighted numbers Portland's way.
McCosh got the little faint tap down to Campbell. They get a chain of handballs going. Block just lost it in the end. Huppert, who was amazing last year on one leg, goes in there. Lovell spins into a bit of trouble. And he's wrapped up on true centre wing here at Hanlon Park. And on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard at 6-5-41, Portland leading the Saints 1 straight 6. So Malcolm up against McCosh. Got the tap down straight to Lovell. Little depth kick on the left. Here's Jackson. Here on the outside, there is Edwards. Gets it moving forward. Hunter was able to create over the top. Here they go. Curtis into a bit of trouble. And a good tackle in the end there by Mac Peterson, who's been a shining light.
Probably their best player.
For the Saints, and he's across half back.
He's grown a bit, hasn't he, Mac? He's filled out too. He's a great young footballer. High up and under kick. Dobson's going to be the target. McCosh flies at the top of the pack. There's Joel Neve. What a season he had last year for the Koroit Saints. Kick off the ground. Wrapped up in a strong tackle that time was Jackie Walsh. And that ball was going nowhere at the true centre half forward position. Koroit attacking 50. McCosh and Malcolm go at it again. This time was McCosh, but scouting it. Look at the Tigers. They're running everywhere at the moment. Oh, that is good football. Here goes Curtis. He's got a long kick. Garlett's going to fly. Great mark! Oh, put that one down. That was a beauty. That was Angus Campbell. And that's a Peter Bosch Bridgestone player of the day contender, Wigsy.
Yeah, he thought Jeff Garlett was going to stand on his head, and that was, really well done.
8 years ago he might have, Wiggs, but he just hasn't got that leap in his legs nowadays. But geez, he's looked dangerous, Jeffy Garlett, hasn't he? Ely?
Oh, the whole forward line looks dangerous. But how good was that out of that stoppage?
Yep.
By just linking up.
And that's going to be their game, those handball receives, run and link. So half forward line, it's a 35-point margin in favour of the Portland Tigers. Couldn't quite get the tap down with McCosh. Lost it to Nagorka, works it back. Peterson looking just to size it up and steady things down there across half back, and he does. And he finds Jack Block. So they're just waxing a little bit now. 24 minutes has ticked over on the scoreboard.
Be interested to see if they do this in the second quarter when they're kicking with the breeze. It might be a bit quicker, try and get a bit more speed on the ball. But here, they'd just be happy to kick mark around the siren to go, I think, the Koroit Saints.
Blair McCutcheon just goes down the line. They fly. Dobson almost dragged it in with a big contested mark, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Let's go to pass, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions.
Yeah, good on you, Hilly. The wind might have got a tad stronger, if anything, so something that Koroit can look forward to if they can go into quarter time without this lead being extended. They look good when they got the footy in space, don't they, Koroit? But they just haven't been able to do that often enough.
Just then again, just the stop, just better and cleaner around the stoppages and running out.
28 minutes gone in this first term on the league contracting time clock. Double fish to that time from Malcolm. It's been an entertaining first quarter of footy here at Hanlon Park Pool, and big crowd too.
Had a bit of everything.
It's had a bit of everything, bit of skill, and this live streaming looking sensational too, Hilly.
Oh, terrific. Pure Stream AV is the destination along with Streamer doing a great job.
So the ball on the far outer side. You'd imagine only a couple of minutes to play in this first term. It's on centre wing. Portland 6-5-41. The Saints 1 straight 6. Solomon flooring and blind scoreboard. There's Malcolm again. Wins it down. Coming through that time. Looks like it was the coach in Lockie Huppets. He's wrapped up by Jakey McCosh going
hardly
nowhere.
had a stoppage win, Koroit. It's either nullified or it's a Portland win. So it'd be interesting to see if they readjust.
They'll readjust. They'll come. We know that because they're a good outfit. Could have been taken high. Umpire says no. Saints looking for that free kick. So we're into kind of red time now. It's Malcolm again against McCosh. Just grabs it out. Bit of a fresh area from Big Benny, but he's been great in this first quarter. Handball comes out to Lovell. He's been impressive too. Just diving on the football there. That time was... couldn't quite pick up who it was. There goes Jennings. They all look alike, those young kids from Portland, and they wear 13, 14 and 15.
And the problem will be, mate, you get it wrong, it's on the live stream, so we're under a bit more pressure this year.
Jeez, they flick the handballs out well, don't they? They're sort of
Yeah,
that
they do.
Western Bulldogs flick,
it's just move it forward, get it forward.
So a tap down there by Malcolm. Edwards in there to try to just put a bit of muscle in there. Nice work there in the end by Curtis. And he's wrapped up. And umpire Romanez will get proceedings.
Koroit are probably up their pressure in the last few minutes, I reckon. Just trying to... I think they've gone a bit more defensive in stoppages.
So the tap down scored. Huppets nearly ran onto it. Sharp, who's been really busy. Lovell, can he get it over the back? He does. Huppets. He'll want to go back to Lovell, who's going to be under a little bit of pressure and just puts it in on the boot and kicks it centre forward. Almost taking a mark. There was Hunter. Reading it best there was Peterson. They get the clearing kick. They're asking for the deliberate intention, and umpire Bark has agreed. So they'll play on quickly. Harper's inside 50, one-on-one. Wilson through his hands. Peterson did well. They get the little dribbler out, and they look to steady things through Rook. A good kick in the end, and he finds Clem Nagorka.
I'll tell you what, when they get big Jakey Wilson, he's a strong boy. That was good play by Miller, because he's a massive bloke.
Yep.
It's when they get him one-on-one, he's kind of got the mitts to a couple, and you thought he's going to clunk it. If he starts clunking them, look out. Here go the Saints. What have they got on the cusp of quarter time here? Ball's on the far outer side, scrappy bit of play, and umpire Chris Mew says, let's give it to me, boys. What a footballer he was back in the 80s, Chrissy Mew for the Hawthorn Football Club.
Gun.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren, but Matco higher in season 2025. Mick Finnegan, Port Fairy for the North Frontal Eagles. The Eagles got off to a flyer. What's the latest, Mickey?
Yeah, Eagles off to a really good start. They're 3-1-19. To Port Fairy 1-2-8 at the quarter time break.
Any breeze over there, Mick?
Yeah, a little bit of breeze, favouring the end that Port Fairy were kicking.
Yeah, so good start by the North Warrnambool Eagles by the sounds of that. We're going to go to the Warrnambool game. Not this one, we'll go to the Ash Kelson up at the Friendlies, which is South Warrnambool taking on the Cobden Bombers. Ash, what's the latest up there, mate?
Yeah, quarter time, Matty. Just the siren just sounded. 2-4-16. Cobden 1 point.
Beautifully done, mate. The siren's just gone here too. And the free kick's coming about 80 metres out. He's going to go the barrel. It's ambitious, Toby Jennings, but why not when you've got a little bit of a breeze and Dallas Mooney comes out and just touches the football. So at quarter time, it is the Portland Tigers, 6-5-41. They are leading the Koroit Saints 1 straight 6. Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. And it was a really good, entertaining first quarter of footy from the Portland Tigers that are kicking with a 4-goal breeze, Wigsy.
Yeah, look, they were terrific. They would, but again, I think let's reassess at half time.
Correct.
So if that breeze is strong, look, obviously Chris McLaren will reflect on probably what's not going well and probably what is, and they'll come out with a definite plan about how they're going to play. So they looked quite dangerous when they went forward, Koroit, but they just weren't able to get it in there.
Getting it forward, yeah.
So, and then Portland will be interesting. Like if Portland can replicate in terms of play the way they just played then into the breeze, not only, possibly the game could be over at half time, but also, every team's on notice. You're coming over here, and it's going to be. Yeah. So again, those guys just going into those groups now. So most of the time at quarter time last year, they would have been going in behind. So they're going in 6 goals up. So now there'd be that confidence, and with that will just it'll just grow, and it's super exciting for them. But again, let's reassess at half time.
Righto, let's take a break on Hamden League Live. First quarter down, we'll come back with second quarter action on your home of football and netball, 94.5 3YB FM.
3YB FM's Hamden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Karamat Road, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The world's #1 training method is at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness. High altitude and oxygen training. Just add these to your training and feel the results. Find out more at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness, Homemaker Centre, Warrnambool.
Dr. Xavier McKinnon here from the locally owned and operated Hamden Vet Clinic. We're now in Warrnambool and we're ready to look after your farm animals and available 24/7 if you need us. Pregnancy testing, lame cows, calf disbudding, we do it all.
Hamden Vet. Give them a call. They're good at what they do.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hint to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor-outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Hampton League Live.
For Warrnambool Nissan, Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, Warrnambool Sheet Metal, Luke Williams Real Estate and Pearson's Nursery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back. First quarter down here. Hampton League Live match of the day. That's Portland 6-5-41. Koroit 1 straight 6. Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Let's go downstairs to Philip Possum Kelly, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility. Poss, what is the messaging here at the huddles here at quarter time, buddy?
Yeah, just going to grab Justin Impey here now. Stewie, Justin, mate, good quarter, good start.
Unreal. The pressure there was tackle pressure was huge. We just wanted to come out, make a bit of a crack at it. So it was really pleasing to see how they've attacked the ball. Loved the tempo.
Yeah, and Huppo mentioned about the good work at the stoppages. He was happy with the clearances from the stoppages, which resulted in a few goals from you boys, and 6 individual goal scorers means you're sharing the footy.
Yeah, it's really good to see the mids getting involved in the some passages of play that we can lead to goals area. So awesome to see some of the new guys as well coming into the team getting on the scoreboard.
And a little bit of a breeze, obviously, a fairly strong breeze blowing to that town end. Do you do anything different defensively this quarter?
Probably not. Like we just said that just then, that we probably, the way we played that quarter, wouldn't have mattered how the wind was going. So, yeah, let's get in and have a crack at this quarter and see how we go.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for your time.
Good insight there from Justin Impey, and just that pressure around the contest. So now the question's going to be asked, Wiggs, what have the Saints got in this second quarter? They need to up the ante a bit here too, don't they?
They've got to so at least nullify clearances. They're probably going to go a little bit quick with the ball. I did write down here the positive for Koroit would be their forward 50, like obviously Sam Dobson. We haven't seen a lot of Will Couch yet, but Connor Burns. So they've looked dangerous going forward, but they just need more entries.
Here we go. Second quarter about to get underway, and it's going to be McCosh up against Malcolm. McCosh wins that one down. So good start for the Saints. Hunting around the football there is Malcolm. He gets a handball back to a teammate. Little kick was smothered, so good pressure and good intensity early. Jackson off the ground, wrapped up there in a strong tackle. And the ball going absolutely nowhere. And Daniel Jackson just a little bit ginger coming into that pack too. Keep an eye on that one. All thanks to Koroit Pharmacy in 2025, Sidey.
Yep, will do. Stewie.
Harrington inside forward 50. The big fly. Good defensive work there by Moody in the end. Flying was Neve, and he had a good season last year, Jira Neve. Up the ground, but also around the goals too.
Well, they used him back a little bit in the first quarter, didn't they? Just obviously really good ball. Yeah, getting good ball user. But
and that was Moody's first kind of look too. We haven't seen much of him because the ball didn't get down there much, so he's playing that defensive role.
Boundary throw in a little bit shallow. Malcolm got front position in there. Nicely was block. Ricochets the kick, chasing it down there nicely. Where's the might have been Sherkor. And no one really wanted there for a second. Jumping on it there for the Tigers was Darcy Campbell. who got some good games into him in 2024, and will have a stoppage about 40 out from the Koroit Saints goal.
So already you can see the intensity of Koroit certainly lifted in this second term. Malcolm this time wins it down. Huppets and Jackson in there as always. Handball comes out. Jackson gathers. Little flick pass. Oh, that was good handball work there. Eubank, quick kick, but taking a nice mark there in the end was Shirkour. Right on the 50-metre arc. So has he got the leg here? He's got the favourable breeze. They're telling him to have a shot at a few of his teammates. Byrne wants it short. He's in two minds here, the young fella. Little chip kick over the top. Good fist that time. And that was by Lovell. He's got that Dusty Martin haircut. Get a bit of tat and a bit of ink on him. And he might even look a little bit more like him.
It's one of the things there you'll have to... Portland will get numbers back. So Portland will outnumber you from those shots. They'll outnumber you. So you've just got to thread the eye of the needle a little bit.
So the tap out there was won there by the Saints. They bring the ball to the hands of Byrne. Runs into an open goal.
Good play.
And he kicks his second of the afternoon. Connor Byrne. He's live wire. He's dangerous with ball in hand. And on the Solomon Flooring and Blind scoreboard, they go to 2 straight 12, trailing the Tigers 6-5-41.
Good hands there by Fraser Robb too. Yep. Good handball. Opened it up, didn't it?
Good player there. Again, we didn't really mention him before game, but he's loves Koroit, and good to have him back. But that was interesting there. That was like watching Portland in the first quarter, where they're running and linking up. So as midfielders, you've got to, when you're dominating, and it's okay to get on the end, but you've got to be able to go both ways. So probably notice here for the Portland mids, right, a bit more defensive, especially when it's in Koroit's forward 50.
Benny Malcolm, boys, I reckon he has rucked the entirety of this game so far. So that's going to be something I reckon he's going to need a breather at some point in time, because they're going to wear him down, aren't they? Here they go again, the Saints, and that's that man we just spoke about, Fraser Robb, the in and under. Looking fit too, little Robbie. Swings onto the right boot, goes, looking for Dobson, look at the mitts. On Big Sammy, this is kickable too. He's got a cracking leg on him. He's now Senior Constable Dobson. And I tell you what, he is every chance to slot this, and this will be a team lifter if he can do it. He's going to kick from just outside 50. Great to have him back. Co-coach in 2025, Dobson comes in, sets it out. It's swinging back, but not enough. Got the trip pretty easy there, Wiggs. Goes through for a minor score. It's the first blemish for the Koroit Saints. They get a 2-1-13. Portland 6-5-41. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard, Hilly.
Yeah, getting my head around that new scoreboard sponsor. And great to have Terry Becks in the team at Solomon Flooring and Blinds jumping on for 2025. Jay Moody, he'll have the kick-in duties. He goes to the outer side. The Saints have got some reasonable numbers there. They fly. No one can bring down the mark. And tackled there on the half-forward flank for the Saints is the Portland defender. I reckon that might be...
Free kick.
Hard to pick up that number with the sun on our eyes. It's Darcy Campbell. So he'll go down the line, spears the kick in the direction of Will Hunter. And it's punched over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
So now it's Portland's turn. Like Koroit's obviously up the pressure. So now it's, can you transition the ball from one end to the other? Can you kick market the whole way? Can you get speed on the game? So Koroit's obviously up the pressure. So now it's Portland's turn. Kicking in a bit of a breeze.
So Malcolm will get front position up against McCosh. In there is Hoy. Well read off the pack to Huppets. Jackson, he's in and under and he's just dangerous every time he's around that contest. The kick forwards. Intercepted there by Peterson, and Peterson will look to bring the Saints back into attack. He'll look to the corridor, finds the captain and Liam Hoy. Hoy started strongly, finds Neve, good foot skills. He'll go to centre half forward. The target's Bradley, good defensive punch. Couch ran through, lost the football in the end. Shirkoy just went down to try and pick it up and dispossess, and the ball will have a stoppage, 45 out from the Koroit Saints goal. Good strong start.
I think Mac Peterson was in the top 3 for marks last year in the competition. You can't let him mark the ball. You've got to, if you stand in front of you, you've got to roll up, make a 2-on-1. But he's a real key player from and started really well.
They've lifted here, haven't they? The midfield led by Liam Hoy in this second quarter for the Saints. Flick comes down, and on cue, little Hoysey jumps on top, and him and Huppets, who have been going at each other for most of this contest. And we'll have another ball up. Umpire Jeff Barker throws it up again. Malcolm wins this one down. There goes Lovell. Oh, could have been taken without it, but no. Umpire says Huppet's a quick kick, so the clearance again. Getting in front there that time. Good play by Harrington. Good hands to Clemmy Nagorka, but he's wrapped up and going nowhere. It's a bit of a Mexican arm wrestle at the moment. Poss Kelly, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Stewie, but here's a break out there by Neve that kicks it into the pocket. Too far for Dobson. Yeah, they just can't get... They're battling really hard and trying really hard in the forward half, Koroit, aren't they? But Portland aren't really giving them any space to work in, so they're just making it very, very difficult for them. But then saying that, the more time it's going to spend down there, the better opportunities they've got to score.
So boundary throw-in will occur. Malcolm's down there against Bradley. Front position into the hands of Campbell. Lovell's wrapped up and he's not going anywhere. And they'll go again, Weeks.
You can see why they're the number one tackling side in the competition, Koroit. Even their little blokes tackle. They all tackle and they love doing it.
So we'll go again, 30 out from the Saints goal. A tap down, straight down the throat of Lovell. High up and under kick. Jumping up there was Byrne. Handball out to McCutcheon. Looking to work the handball back to Shercourt. Wrapped up, intercepted. Here goes the Tigers. And a nice bit of work there by Jack Walsh. They go to the one-on-one. It's a wrestle between Miller and Wilson. They lost his footing there was Mooney. Here's Campbell. Lost the footy in the end as well. And wrapped up by Cade Lovell, the brother of Tanner. And we'll have a throw up on true centre.
Good play, good body work then by Miller, because as I said, Big Wilson's a strong bloke. There's a good bit of play. He was one out under a little bit of pressure. It's a big fish that time. Comes into a little bit of open space. Oh, gee whiz, that was impressive football that time. And that was by Ballantyne. Kicks out into space. Gathered by Sharp. He's got a running Jeffy Garlett. Oh, sells a little bit of candy, Jeffy. Left foot kick forward, but it's going to be cut off by Rook. Oh, just drops what he probably should have taken. Scrappy bit of play off the ground. Saints got numbers looking for holding the pill. Umpire says no. And the Portland Bar, they're up and about there. They'd like one against the wind, wouldn't they, boys?
Absolutely, absolutely. Has the first time inside 50.
So here's Wilson tries to shark it out of the ruck. The Tigers lost it. Geez, they're jumping on it like no tomorrow, the Saints. They don't want to give away a score against the Breeze. And we'll go again. So 6-5-41 to 2-1-13. The only goal kicked in this second term by Connor Byrne for the Saints. Wilson, the tap down, through the fingers. Here comes Campbell. He did well. They get the kick outside D50. Dobs it out in front. Terrific mark, and that is a play of the day contender, all thanks to Peter Bolsh Bridgestone. The co-captain kicks to centre wing. Good bit of work there by the defence there of the Tigers. And Walsh happy to see it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
That was a big mark then. Like he was outnumbered. Like they'd set up really well behind the ball. So Sam Dobson had to mark that. That was going back in. But
just sure hands.
Oh, it's a fantastic mark.
Oh, he's got the big vice-like mitts, hasn't he, Big Dobson, like his old boy Brendan. So here we go again. Just goes through the hands that time of McCosh. Handball comes out from Malcolm. Kick goes forward now, and there he is on cue. Sammy Dobson just works so hard. He goes over the top to Rob. No, it's not Rob, actually.
Blair McCutcheon.
That was Blair McCutcheon in ball, but that kick's been cut off that time by Big Benny Malcolm. So Malcolm, he's rucked the whole game. He's just a workhorse. Switch of the play here. Dangerous little kick. Saints got numbers. Stacks on the mill, and umpire Barker says we are going to have a ball up far out of side. So 6-5-41 Portland, 2-1-13 Koroit Saints. It's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard, and we have played about 10 minutes in this second term on the league contracting time clock, Hilly.
We certainly have, and so McCutcheon's there just waiting for that ball to get into his hands, but he was over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
Next goal's quite big in the context of this game. So Koroit get it, they're within 20. Portland get it and stretch it out again.
On the tip of the 50, the two ruckmen, it fell short. The Tigers had the ball in hand, but it was just a handball that sort of was deflected. They work hard. Nice bit of work there by the Tigers in the end, and that was Moody. They're trying to create off half-back. They're trying to keep the ball alive. Oh, great pick up there by the skipper of the Saints in Hoy. Centres the kick to Couch. Oh, and a great one-handed mark in the end by Cade Lovell.
That's a good grab. That's a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone highlight of the day, Hilly.
Absolutely a ripper. So Cade Lovell has to play on. He'll go to the corridor. Kick has to be good, and spot on it is to Sharp. Now he gets it to a running Ballantyne. Kick has to be good. He just got off the side of the boot.
Fella.
And it was the Saints that got the intercepted ruck. Oh, Moody did well to defend the footy. Saw play there for the Saints. They get the handball into the corridor. They work by a chain of handballs. Jackson, well done. Short kick to half forward. Lovell from 45, inside to Garlett. Good passage of play, the Tigers. And they get you a little bit excited when they get that ball moving forward quickly.
Is it Jeffy Garlett or Garlett?
Yeah, Garlett.
It's
Boy,
Garlett.
no T,
I wondered that. I'm thinking, am I doing it wrong? Or
No T in it, boys. Garlett.
Jeffy Garlett. Good play, Hilly.
It was. So he'll kick from 20 metres out, and he Jeffy Garlett. That's his second. And the Tigers, well, as you said, Wiggs, an important goal, which way it was going to go. And the Tigers go to 7-5-47, leading Koroit 2-1-13, and that is on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
Good bit of play, wasn't it?
Well, the Jay Moody spoil.
Yeah.
So the credit to the Koroit lad. He's looking really sore in the middle of the ground. I think it might have been Neve, back and back. But Jay Moody, that big spoil, got the ball going back Portland's way, and then they just had the overlap going. So big, and then that was really good to watch. Lowered their eyes, hit that inside 50, and then got it going quick to Garlett.
There's Malcolm again, wins it down here, comes Huppets, he's dispossessed, holding the football, good play, that time by Blair McCutcheon. So McCutcheon for the Saints, wants to play on quickly, bangs it long and strong, Dobson's the target, geez, they give it to him out, lace out, don't they? And he doesn't let him down, Sammy Dobson, little chip kick over the top, looking for Couch. Bradley was there also, and getting back with a big fist there was Clay Nichols.
So Sam Dobson, he's going to outrun you. He's probably the fittest guy on the ground. And then if you put someone smaller and fitter, he's going to outstrength you. So I think Edwards has got him at the moment, and he's running him all over the place.
He's just a fitness machine, isn't he? Geez, that's good tap work once again. That time it goes, and scouting it there was Rob. He gets it to Dylan McCutcheon. McCutcheon gets it to block. His kick was smothered by Huppets, driven into the ground. Handball comes out. Saints got numbers around this contest. That was good play by the youngster there in little Tatey Waterson. Taken high, though, and the free kick's going to go to the Portland Tigers. And this time it's going to go to Jamison Ballantyne. We'll go around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire, Tractor and Ludi and the team for your hiring needs. They do it all. Let's go to the first game is Port Fairy taking on the North Warrnambool Eagles at the Gardens Oval. Port Fairy, Mick Finnegan. Mickey, what's the latest over there, buddy?
Yeah, it's a bit of wildlife traffic here. We're at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter, and North Warrnambool 5-3-33 to Port Fairy 1-4-10.
How's Gary Rowan going, Mick?
Going okay, but look, he's been well held, and North are playing a good brand of football and very good teamwork, and just seem to be a little bit more classy than Port at the moment.
Well, let's go to Ash Kelson up at the friendly. South Warrnambool v Cobden. What's the latest up there, Ash?
14-minute mark. South Warrnambool 2-5-17. Not much go this quarter with the win. And Cobden the kick 1-1-7. Even contest.
Beautifully done. That is around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. And up the AFL Gold Coast Suns lead the Adelaide Crows by 6 points 3 minutes into the third term.
This game's back on an even keel. It's now like Croyd's obviously up the pressure. Portland aren't running and linking up. When they start to run, they're getting caught with the ball. So they just probably Koroit, they'll need the next goal.
So inside the 50 they go. The Saints, they're working hard. Edwards just took the football away. Gets it looking for Walsh, but he just couldn't keep it in the end. Bradley happy to see him over as well. And they're 60 out from their goal, the Saints. 2-1-13 to 7-5-47 in favour of the Portland Tigers. Jeff Garlett's got 2 goals and being dangerous up forward for the Portland Tigers. 50 metres out, throw in. Heap of hit-outs going into the favour of Malcolm. He's been enormous. Certainly a Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day contender if we're looking at the first half.
Just wonder what's their plan. Like, is he going to ruck all day? I'm not sure about pre-season, but you wonder about plan B because he's been so influential.
He needs a bit of a chop out.
I reckon Will Hunt will be the one that comes in and does a bit of a makeshift sort of ruck roll. So the Saints, short kick, pretty good in the end. Oh, good tackle there by the Tigers, but they're good enough to recover. Harrington has to work hard. Over the top to centre half forward. Can they get it out to Waterson? They tackled well, the Tigers. And that's holding the ball. And a free kick's going to go to Brett Ubergang.
Good tackle in the end, wasn't it? Left footer, plays on quickly, kicks out wide. Jackson's a target, stedging his player underneath it. Oh, that's a nice gather that time by Moody. He gets it further afield to Curtis. Curtis goes back to Moody and the ball goes out of bounds. Right in front of our sidewinder downstairs. who's our boundary rider today, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility. Crowd's building here, Poss.
It is indeed, Stewie. It's a great crowd and one of the best we've had for a long time over here. That was an interesting move there by Curtis. I thought he had the momentum going forward there, but he elected to sort of come backwards. But maybe get it in deep and put some pressure on Koroit, but he elected to come back.
McCutcheon did well in the clinches. Gathering there as block, just bangs it on the boot, but only as far as Piergross and young Charlie, who had some games last year, got the kick in the corridor. Can they get it out the Tigers? They can through Edwards. Go to half forward. Jennings gathers the football. Looks to go the handball. Not his best, but it's still inside forward 50. Here comes Lovell. Right foot snap. It's a floater. Top of the square. Wilson! Mr. Wilson takes the contested mark at the tip of the square, and Wilson will line up for his second goal of the afternoon. It wasn't flashy, the kick by Lovell, but in the end it was effective, and Wilson stood tall.
Gee, that was a heavy Shepherd put on.
That
Malcolm
was
there.
Ben Malcolm put on, yeah.
So Wilson comes in, makes no mistake, kicks his second of the afternoon, and they jump out and extend their lead. The Portland Tigers, they go to 8-5. That's 53, leading the Koroit Saints 2-1-13, and that is on the Solomon Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
Just those little balls, and again, that contest out here before we had the throw-in was Portland outnumber. So pretty much where the ball's going, Portland generally have got more numbers. So once it sort of bubbles out of that congestion, where Koroit have obviously upped the pressure, but once it sort of bubbles out, Portland look like they've got the sort of numbers advantage and then able to run and link up.
18 minutes gone in our second term on the league contracting time clock. Free kick's been plucked out here. It's going to go. Advantage paid. Here goes Byrne. He's already kicked two this afternoon. Beautiful kick. And on the end of it, Lockie Rook. And that was champagne football from the Saints. Straight out of the guts. Clean as a whistle. And their guns combining. And Connor Byrne, who gets it to Rook. And he will have a shot 25 metres out on a slight angle, and they need this, don't they, Wiggs?
Absolutely, mate. They're 40 points down. So, yeah, huge kick in the context of the game.
So Lockie Rook comes in, kicks on its way. Umpire doesn't move. It's a goal. And the Saints get the quick reply. They get a 3-1-19. They trail Portland 8-5-53. And that's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. And that was good football out of the middle. I know advantage paid, but still good finish by Connor Byrne.
Yeah, it was one of those ones in terms of not sure who won the hit, but Koroit obviously got a goal on their way. So Portland's generally come out the front or out the side of the stoppages and got it going forward. So that one was going the other way, which suited Koroit.
Geez, Byrne's so efficient by foot, isn't he? Just never wastes a possession. Yeah, no, he's a ripper, Connor Byrne. So we're going to resume things once again. The ball thrown up nice and high. Malcolm with the secondary little feint tap. Here he is on cue. Byrne inside 50. Setting himself there was Edwards. Just couldn't quite get in the end, but the recovery was okay to Peters. Peters goes out wide. Well, they keep it in, they do. And Jeff Garlett, who's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, takes the mark on the defensive side of centre wing. He'll go laterally back, and he finds Ubergang. So Ubergang looking for the corridor. It's a risky kick, and it was a good mark and hit by Edwards. Here they go. Now they can work nicely here for Campbell. Has to make it. Oh, he just lost it in the end. He was sort of on his way out. And the Saints will wrap up through Waterston. That's a good tackle by Tate Waterston in the end to just hold up play, but they were out if he was clean.
That kick from Ubergang there, we were watching the footy last night, that's the kick into the middle, either Geelong or Melbourne. That really, because that makes the ground then so much bigger, so that you hit that first kick, then the next kick's a lot easier and brings the other side of the ground into it.
So we've got a ball up now, half forward. Malcolm goes up against McCosh. Jeffy Garlett, he's been busy in this first half for the Portland Tigers. There's Huppert's forward, free kick. Yes, it's gone. I think it was too high. It's going to go to the captain coach, or the coach I should say, because Daniel Jackson's the captain. And Lockie Huppert, who's had a magnificent first half, he's going to have a shot. He's going to have to put it to the left-hand goal post and just let the wind just bring it back ever so slightly.
When's he cutting the hair? Is that when...
I don't know, actually.
When they win a...
He's like Samson.
Yeah, I think it
was it when they win a game? So...
Keep it long, mate, because it'll get you votes. And you stand in, it's easier for us to call you.
True.
So Huppert's It's a bit of quick reply here from Portland if they can deliver. Comes in, strikes it well. I tell you what, he's pumped the fist to the bar and he says, if you don't mind, Golski.
That's a great kick.
9-5-59 Portland. Koroit 3-1-19. And there's on the Solomon's Binds and flooring. Scoreboard and fair income. That was a good kick because it didn't really deviate much, did
I
it?
expected it to go probably
further
wide right, but it held its line. So, gee, that's a good kick, and he was pumped too, didn't he? Faced the bar and gave him the double fister, and he's been really good for him.
Poss, what's the atmosphere like down there at the bar? Are they up and about?
What are we? Just shy of half time. They probably haven't quite kicked in yet, Stewie, but I'm sure the second half they'll fire up a bit. But good crowd down there. Good crowd overall. It's terrific. Up in the stand, up behind me, it's full. So yeah, terrific.
Here comes Byrne. Can he get it cleanly? He does, and he lost it. May have been taken without it. But they're inside forward 50, the Saints, so they need one urgently. They're down by 40 points. It's 9-5-59 to 3-1-19. It's been a 3-goal to 2-quarter in favour of the Portland Tigers. Garlett on the ball for the Tigers. Malcolm straight down the throat of the Saints. And they're wrapped up, so very, very tight to get it out there for Koroit and Fraser Robb. So the throw up, McCosh got a good leap at it here. Lovell is just lost it in the end. Soccer work there by Garlett's good. Edwards just in front of the football, trying to create something for his beloved Tigers. He's unable to do so.
He's been good, Edwards, hasn't he?
Yeah, good
really
player.
good.
He's had VFL experience. He's been on Werriby's list before, and it's come from Leopold. And sort of fell into the lap the Tigers this year because he's got work as an engineer down at the Port of Portland, I'm led to believe. So here's Couch, bangs it on the boot. Neve, some good body work. Neve looks to draw the handball. McCutcheon, it's going to be tight. Works the handball over the top in the pocket. Couch wrapped up. And he didn't quite get it on the boot. And we'll have a boundary throw in. And if anyone was going to kick it from that angle, there was going to be Wild Will.
He hasn't had a lot of it today, has he? He's been pretty quiet, but he only doesn't need too many touches to have an impact.
So we've ticked over 25 minutes on the league contracting time clock. And it's a 40-point lead here to the Portland Tigers.
Liam Hoy in the ruck.
Hoy's up in the ruck against Malcolm. He just virtually said, Benny, you win that one down, I'm just going to shadow you here. The Maskell medalist, we don't need him doing ruck work.
It's like Cripper.
And he had the foot operation too in the off-season, did Hoysey. So Malcolm again. Oh, big right that time by McCosh over the top of Malcolm. Here goes Couch. Can he gather? Yes, he does. Byrne, left foot snap. God, he's
that's
good.
A good goal.
That is goal number 3 for Connor Byrne. And he's trying to lift his Koroit Saints. He's doing everything he possibly can. And that's a Lucas Brothers snag of the day for mine, boys.
That was a really good goal.
He's a good
under
player.
pressure, to hook it back like that. Umpire did not move, but yeah, he's like you said, Stewie. He's trying to lift his side. You probably know 2 of him. Like obviously Taylor must be going well, so you could play one forward, one midfield, and they maybe swap. But when he's in the midfield, you want him forward, and when he's forward, you probably want him in the midfield. But yeah, they're not going to go away, Koroit. They'll keep hanging around. They'll keep, So if Portland, they take the foot off the gas and start to fade, they'll be coming, Koroit. They'll back their fitness in too.
Big jump by McCosh. No one's going anywhere. So we've ticked over 24 minutes here at Hamlin Park. Our Hampton Lee Live match of the day, the season opener. Malcolm just got a little fingertip to it, and they're wrapping it up. Hoy, who's been busy for...
Definitely readjusted in the middle, Koroit.
So some good body there work by McCosh. As far as Jackson, here's Connor Peters. Goes to half forward. It's a one-on-one contest. Sharp nearly dragged in the one-hander. They've said he was held on to. 50-50 contest for mine, but Sharp gets a resultant free kick. Gets a handball out to Huppert. Keeps it long and low. Jennings dives with the one-hander slips catch. Trying to keep it alive. Garlett there to support. And a stoppage will occur 25 out from the Portland goal.
I reckon if you're a Koroit defender and you got Toby Jennings come to you, just want to be just don't give him a run at the ball. He's a bit of a freak and do anything.
Oh, you're not wrong. Neve, he's wrapped up straight away, not going anywhere. So 37 points. Still not without it. They're still within a chance here. The Saints obviously just don't want to be conceding anything leading to half time, and that third quarter is going to be ultra important. Mac Peterson jumping into the contest, and he's been solid once again. Mac Peterson averaged 25 touches and 10 marks last season. Hunter in the ruck. Lovell trying to trap. Loose footy. Sunshine here at Hanlon Park, and the ball not going anywhere. And Matt, we'll see whether you can clear the space.
Can't be long to play too. We're in junk time here just before on the cusp of half time. So who's got something here in this last kind of minute or so? Here go the Saints into attack. Couch, who will probably drop what he should have taken. Charges through. He's in trouble now. Couchy holding the pill. And a little bit slow to get up there was Darcy Campbell. Oh, he's reversed it. He has reversed it. The free kick and advantage played, and its Couch goes bang. Dobson going back with the football. Can't quite grab it. Burn was sniffing around. And it's Stacks on the mill, and we are going to have a ball up just outside of Koroit's goal line, top of the 10-yard square. 9-5-59 Portland, 4-1-25 Koroit. Solomon's falling blind scoreboard. Can't be long to play in this second term. Portland handball comes out. Huppets over the top there to a teammate. And that was Piergrose. Kicks further afield. There's Lovell. He's an excitement machine. He's been in everything. Got leg there according to the umpire. And he'll get the resultant free kick. Told to play on now. Shimmies around a couple. He takes him on. Don't worry about that. Kick goes forward. Kind of was a worm burner. Bouncing football. Gathered. Could have been dispossessed. Here goes Peterson to Couch. Couch plays on quickly. Further afield he's got Rook. Further afield on that. Oh, kick not good. That time goes out of bounds on the full. And we're going to have a ball up. We'll quickly go around the grounds. All thanks to Matco, Mick Finnegan. Port Ferry take on North Warrnambool. What's the latest, Mick?
Yeah, half time here at the Gardens Oval. North Warrnambool 8-4-52 to Port Ferry 2-5-17.
Eagles off to a fly. Let's go to Ash Kelson, South B Cobden. What's the latest, Ash?
28-minute mark, second quarter. South Warrnambool 4-9 to Cobden 1-1.
Beautifully done, mate. Roosters doing on the bit there. Here goes Rook now for the Saints to Burn. He's been good, Hilly.
Oh, he's been terrific. Nagorka inside 50. Watch Dobson fly. Numbers there for the Tigers. Just getting the handball out of trouble. Jackson looking just to steady things, and he does, and he finds Clay Nichols. So Nichols, he'll go short, not his best. Put his teammate under pressure. They soccer the kick. They dive at it, Neve. Handballs. Here they go through. He's got one.
Good play.
Good defensive work there by their forwards, which created the opportunity. And the Saints kick their fifth goal of the afternoon. They go to 5-1-31. Trailing Portland 9-5-59, and Wixie a really much needed goal between half time.
Yeah, just close enough. So Portland had a lot of numbers back then, so the ball was, they needed to probably kick mark, get numbers up the line, get them in front of the ball, but they went for probably similar to Koroit in the first quarter. That short pass, which is the right thing to do, but you just need to execute, and then like it's high risk, high reward. But and then that created the opportunity to kick the goal. So like I said, they're hanging in there, Koroit.
That was a good goal right on the cusp of half time. Test. And I reckon one that Coach Lockie Huppets would be absolutely disappointed. 2 pills on the field here. The Sungold FM flavoured milk football. Nice barrel there too by Hoy. Sending their second football back to the bench. So umpire Barker, he'll ball it up again. It's going to be McCosh against Malcolm. Malcolm wins it down straight down the throat of Huppets. I've got a frog in the throat, boys. Might be one of those chocolate peanuts, I think. Bouncing football. Here goes Yuba Gang. He gets a quick kick forward. Have they got time to get another score here, either team? Jennings is wrapped up, gone, holding the ball. So the Saints might be able to get a late one here. Good play. Young Waterson, I think it is. Shirkor, I should say. Gets into Dylan McCutcheon. Target's going to be burnt. Oh, geez, did he have enough of it? Nearly did. Coming through there for the Portland Tigers was Joshy Edwards. Quick kick, comes forward, one out. Oh, goes through. Bit of jumper hold in there too, boys. Sometimes they can pluck that out. Can't they? Bit of minor score, so the Saints get a 5-2-32, 9-5-59 Portland Hilly.
Yeah, good game of football here at Hanlon Park. Moody kicking duties, long one out. He'll look for Malcolm. He'll have the size advantage. Good bit of potty work in the end. He got his rump into the opposition play there, but the Saints are going to re-attack. They're going to go with re-entry. Out in front, Edwards. Good mark taken in the end by Ubergang.
He's been good.
Yeah,
Mate, to replay, he was a Hampton League Team of the Year player only about 4 years ago. So Sharp, he's got the player on the run. If he's good enough to find Edwards, and if he's quick enough, he's got Wilson. He's got Wilson available. Kick has to be good to Big Jake. It's just dropped short. Wilson evades, snaps around the body. Tigers there. There's plenty of numbers there for the Saints in defence. Shercourt did a nice little layoff bump there. Jumping on it there was Huppert. Hot contest, and the boundary's going to beat them all. And we'll have a boundary throw in as we're nearing.
He's a big man, Big Jake. You know when he's around, don't you? He likes the contest.
His repertoire too much.
He is possed. He's a big man.
So boundary throw in. We've ticked over 31 minutes here at Hamlin Park. Malcolm tap down, looking for Redwoods. McCutcheon into the clinches there for the Saints. And there's just
Can't
no
be
ball
long to
coming
play
out.
here, boys, in
I
the
reckon
recontracting time clock.
Have to be a minute or so left, if that.
You're not great with the time, Stewie. Grand final was going to look 10 minutes earlier last year. It's got to go soon.
Good tap down there by Malcolm. Jeez, he hits to advantage well. But some good tackling there by the Saints, and McCutcheon leading the charge. And I speak of Dylan. So let's go again. It's a 27-point lead thus far. The tap down from McCosh was okay. The secondary punch there by Hoy. In dispute footy. Block got it out. Walsh leading the charge, but I think he might have got a little bit of high contact in the end, Jack Block, and he'll get the free kick. So it's just a matter of managing the football now, or maybe just trying to go for that last-ditch effort to get another score.
They're defending up the ground, so all the Portland boys are in between the kicker and their goals, the Koroit goals. It's a great kick.
So not his best. It thumbs through everyone. And it's half-time here at Hamlin Park. And it's 9-5-59. The Portland Tigers leading Koroit 5-2-32. It was a 3-goal to 5-4 term in favour of the Koroit Saints. But the Tigers, Wigsy, gee, you'd be happy. They haven't won a game since round 3, 2023. So this is a big moment if they can capitalise in the second half.
Really?
Yep.
Is that
Anzac Day 2023.
That's nearly 2 years.
Yep.
Well, that is definitely Lockie Hubbard's his cut now. I think I read that if they win. So no, look, I think they'd be even that quarter. They'd be even though Koroit got that goal late, they'd be really happy with that quarter. Like was it 3 goals apiece? Was
4-3 to Koroit.
4-3 Koroit. So, but just the way they're moving the ball. Look, Koroit definitely responded and readjusted in terms of when just right stop the Portland runners running out of stoppages and linking up from contests. So once they started getting that back on their terms, Portland weren't in terms of going inside 50 and going in clean, so going in with no frontal pressure on them. So it was rush kicks. Mac Peterson, Dallas Mooney could, because they rush kick, could have an impact. And then Koroit got a couple of centre breaks, like Conan Byrne, who's been terrific, been able to run forward again, running out the front of the stoppage, and then he's such a good kick that, and again, you've got Dobson up forward and Joran Neve. So, it was, again, but Portland, they obviously third quarter's going to be big if they can do what they did in the first. Then probably a bridge too far for Koroit.
Hey, Poss, down there on the boundary, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. The big fellow, what are your thoughts, mate, as both teams headed in at half-time? I think the Saints were still bullish by the looks of that body language.
Yeah, they were. It was probably, I think at the same time, Portland would probably be pretty happy with that quarter. They'd probably cut even in the end and had their opportunities up forward. But Koroit, as Wigsy said throughout the call, they'll keep chipping away. This third quarter is going to be really, really important. If Portland can kick away again, obviously it'll be difficult for Koroit to bridge the gap in that final quarter. But it's poised in a way that Koroit aren't completely out of it, but certainly Portland are controlling the game at the moment.
Righto, that is half-time here in our Hammond League Live match of the day. Portland 9-5-59. They lead the Koroit Saints 5-2-32. On the other side of this, our half-time sponsors, Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang, Jack and Kez and the team.
Great chips.
Best chips and gravy.
You'd be venturing maybe there a bit more, Wigsy, now that you're on the road.
I'm trying not to stop there on the way home, but a couple of school kids work there, so they'll keep an eye on me too. So But no, they are very, very good chips and gravy.
Oh, absolutely magnificent. And what about the great man, Brendan Dobson? When you talk about Koroit Football Club, there's none better. His son, Sammy, superstar. Benny, of course, who's not playing today, but he'll be back at some stage as well.
Grandstand named after him.
Oh, mate, unbelievable. Doesn't get much bigger than that. He's on the scoring duties, and he's got the little tight little shorts on today for Dobbo. Mate, he's timekeeping, the great man. Hey, listen, so on the other side, Rookie's going to be back in the studio with a bit of a halftime, going through all some District League, other Hampden League scores throughout the afternoon. This is your home of football netball, 94.5 3YB FM.
3YB FM's Hampden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world. It's time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun gold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Karamat Road, Warrnambool.
Have you been injured at work, in a public place or in a motor vehicle accident? Let us help you secure the compensation you deserve. Madden's Lawyers, with you every step of the way.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Hampden League Live.
For Badeness Rural, Southwest Conveyancing, Rafferty's Tavern, Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Greg Allen Farm Machinery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back and good afternoon. This is the halftime wrap on our Hampden League Live. Match of the day at Hanlon Park, Portland. The Portland Tigers 9-5-59 over Koroit 5-2-32. It's Lockie Rook back in the 3YBFM studio, and we're doing it all thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar, who are going to be proud supporters of our halftime wrap, and a new segment coming next week as well. We'll talk about that very, very shortly, but let's get around the grounds thanks to Matco Hire and have a look at some WDFNL A grade scores. And unfortunately, we don't have we have a few scores missing, I should say. Just due to them not being updated on either Netball Connect and Play HQ, so bear with us there. But the scores that we do have, the Timboon Demons in A-grade netball, 51 over Russells Creek 38. Old Collegians 40 over Koroit 23, so a win to the Warriors in round number 1. And the Allensford Cats 51 over South Rovers 35. And Miranda starting their premiership defence nicely, 67 over Dennington 37. So wins to Timboon, Old Collegians, Allensford and Miranda. Unfortunately, no result provided so far in the Merivale-Panmure game. In Warrnambool and District Seniors, we are, of course, into those games there. Merivale 12-10-82, currently beating Panmure 2-2-14. Russells Creek 3-1-19 over Timboon Demons 1 straight 6. And again, these are update scores that have only come through on Play HQ. The latest for Old Collegians and Koroit 4-5-29. The Warriors, Koroit 3-2-20. And Allensford 7-5-47 over South Rovers 2 behinds. No result provided there in the Naranda and Dennington game. When we go to the Hampden Football Netball League, unfortunately, Play HQ hasn't brought through any results for open netball as of yet. So we're hoping, but again, those fixtures, South Warrnambool taking on Cobden, Portland taking on Koroit, Hamilton and Warrnambool, Port Fairy and North Warrnambool, and the Terang Mortlake Camperdown game only starting probably 20 minutes or so minutes ago due to their Super Saturday clash there up at Ridley Rec Reserve. If we have a look again around the grounds, thanks to Matco Hire in our Sungold senior competition in the Hampden Football Netball League, South Warrnambool at halftime 6-10-46 over Cobden at 1-1-7. The Portland Tigers, as I mentioned, 9-5-59 over Koroit 5-2-32. That is our match of the day, of course, so the Tigers up by 27 points. North Warrnambool 8-4-52 over the Port Fairy Seagulls 2-5-17. That's over at the Gardens Oval in Port Fairy. We don't have an update score and hoping to come to Wally Steer as a part of Around the Grounds after half-time here on Hampden League Live out at Vic Park, which is where Hamilton are doing battle with Warrnambool. And that Super Saturday clash will kick off at about 10-5 this afternoon at the Ridley Rec Reserve, Terang Mortlake taking on Camperdown. This is the half-time wrap thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar Terang. And next week we get to bring on Netballer of the Week, a brand new segment to your half-time wrap. And we'll be catching up with plenty of netballers across the season from all our 10 Hampden League clubs, and those are the deemed Netballer of the Week will actually take home a Crawley's Milk Bar voucher, and they do proudly display the best chips and gravy in the southwest above the building, and you'll be able to sample that if you are the lucky winner of Netballer of the Week voucher coming your way, which you'll be able to use on your next road trip to either Camperdown. You might have to go through Terang, might have to detour if you're heading to Cobden, or if you're heading to the Ridley Rec Reserve. Well, yep, you'll be able to call into Crawley's, and we'll kick that off next week as a part of our halftime wrap, our Netballer of the Week, and a massive thanks again to Crawley's Milk Bar. Just repeating our Hampden League Live match of the day, Portland 9-5-59, Koroit 5-2-32. The Tigers in round number 1 of season 2025, up by 27 points at half time. Let's take another break and we'll take you back to Hanlon Park, Portland after that with Matty Stewart, Trent Hill, Adam Dowie and Phil Kelly. This is Hampden League Live on your home of football and netball. 94.5, 3YBFM and via the listener app.
3YBFM's Hampden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see.
place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
This autumn at Pearson's Nursery in Allensford, you'll find a stunning selection of vibrant, locally grown annuals and perennials. It's easy to see why Pearson's Nursery is one of the Southwest's best kept secrets. Visit Pearson's Nursery, Growers Road, Allensford, and discover the difference.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Delicious meals, kids' playroom, function room, big screen TV, sports, live music, courtesy bus. Rafferty's Tavern has something for the whole family. Become a Hump member for special discounts at the Thirsty Camel drive-through bottle shop. Whatever the occasion, make it memorable at Rafferty's Tavern.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need something welded or fabricated? See Warrnambool Sheet Metal. Commercial kitchens, benches, exhaust and new canopies, handrails, gates, mailboxes and toolboxes. There's not much Warrnambool Sheet Metal can't do. Braithwaite Street.
Hampton League Live.
For McDonald's, Warrnambool Eastern Central, MGA Insurance, the Hampton Vet Clinic and Lucas Brothers Butchers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Wonderful half-time we're up there, all thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang, the best chips and gravy. As little Levi, he brings chips and tomato sauce in to the commentary box this afternoon. I like it. Magnificent plays, just getting back onto the ground. 6-point lead to an AFL. Around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire, of course, and the Suns lead by 6 points over the Adelaide Crows at three-quarter time. So a little bit of interest in that contest as well, boys. But all in all, this is going to be an entertaining second half of footy, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon so. I was just talking to a few of the Koroit powerheads down below just before, and they're still confident they can make a comeback. Like, they thought there's some really good signs in that second half of that second quarter where, they maybe just, Malcolm probably didn't have the ascendancy in the ruck and they're able to get a few clearances and so forth. So, I think obviously the first 5 to 7 minutes will be pretty important. You don't want to be leaking goals, and, Koroit might want to try and get one or two just in front.
Yeah, this quarter will tell the tale, won't it, boys? I think if Portland can kick away again, out to a potentially a 50, odd point lead, I think it'll be too much for the Koroit Saints. But if they can make some in-ground...
What are you rocking the little earpiece?
Yeah, mate, I don't like the big headphones anymore. I just got the little one in the ear. Which
just a little hook up to the producer.
And I hear the crowd outside me right here then. So I get a little bit of both. I think it's... I still think it's probably insurmountable anyway. But this quarter will tell the tale 100%, I think, how it's going to pan out.
And this quarter, won't it? I think this is the key because the breeze is still strong enough. Yep. Portland would want to be banging on kind of 3 or 4 goals here, I think, and to keep Koroit because Koroit are never going to go away, and they just got that little sniff before half time. They were back in this contest. So if the Saints can get the first goal here, gee whiz, I reckon it is going to be game on. Game on. Good crowd too downstairs.
Boys. Really healthy crowd. I was just talking to couple of Portland committee members and so forth, and they're absolutely wrapped.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrific. So I think they've got a home game next week too, just the way the fixture fell. So, and then they've got Hamilton the week after at Melville for their second a chance at Anzac Day footy as well.
Blew me away, boys. Nearly 600 and nearly 700 days. Since Portland's last win. That is unbelievable. Round 3.
2003.
2023,
sorry.
So that blew me away, to be honest. I thought there would have been one in between that. So this is a big second half of footy for this football club, isn't it?
Well, it's a big quarter. Again, and that breeze is, like I think Pos sort of said, it's getting stronger. So I was just talking to Matt Dempsey, then the assistant coach, and we're just having a chat about the game, and he just said they're just big, strong middies, the Portland boys, and we're just getting pushed off the ball, and it sort of looked that way. But we spoke about that quarter looked like sort of come back a little bit even, but again they just felt like we're not big enough with our middies, and it sort of makes sense. Like you got Huppards, you got Lovell in there, Jackson.
It was interesting when they put Byrne in there with Hoy. They started getting the big centre clearances, didn't they? But then you kind of need Connor down forward as well. So it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, as they say.
A little bit, but yeah. Look, so I think Koroit will probably be more of the same. Just can't let Portland particularly come out the front and link up from clearances because it's just putting their defenders under too much pressure. So we've been interested to see this quarter whether Koroit, Dallas Mooney can roll back. Mac Peterson's probably playing back now anyway. So where they put lots of numbers back and then just try and work their way sort of through it. But Portland have been super impressive.
No, they have in this first half, that is for sure. So the Tigers looking to get their first victory since round 3, 2023.
Well, you think of that 2022 season where they played finals and played in the second week, and then obviously they had a mass exodus of players for many reasons, work and uni and so forth. So they only had the one win in that season, and then obviously were not lucky enough to win any games last year. So it's a good story if they can get the job done.
And boys, just quickly too, the Peter Bolsh Bridgestone Whalers Hotel Quaddy Comp, it is about to kick off too. So for those playing at home, if you want to write these numbers down, first leg of the Quaddy 3, 5, 8 and 10. So it's 3, 5, 8 and 10. Second leg 1, 6, 8, 10 and 12. It's 1, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Third leg 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 9. It's 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 9. And the final leg 1, 2, 4 and 16. That is the Peter Bolsh Bridgestone and Whalers Hotel Quaddy Comp for season 2025. First leg moving in at Caulfield. We've got a couple of feature races coming up at Randwick this afternoon. The TJ Smith Stakes coming up not too far away. We've got the Doncaster, which another would be a magnificent story for Colin and Janice McKenna, of course, if that horse can salute as well up there. So we'll bring you those results right throughout the afternoon, boys.
Hey, Hilly, we're just talking about Portland again. Full credit to the footy club, to the like Lockie Hubbards. To what would they be on points? They'd be pretty good on points, wouldn't they?
Yeah, no, I haven't looked at it, but I'd say they would be maybe 30 plus, like a bit of tick over 30, because a lot of these kids are 1 pointers.
Absolutely,
Garlett's probably your highest point
exception.
player. But yeah, Huppert's 1 point, Moody 1 point, Lovell, Ballantyne, these kids, like everyone that's come back pro Garlett is a 1 pointer. So they'd be going
possibly
okay.
less than 30.
Potentially, yeah.
But isn't that fantastic? All ex
amazing.
Portland
Umpire Jeff Parker holds the ball off. Second half action about to get underway, and it's Malcolm and McCosh. This one down by Malcolm. Coming through there was McCutcheon. He's wrapped up in a tackle. He gets a handball out the block. Block gets it to Hoy. Hoy, quick kick forward. So Saints into attack. Here goes Ubergang. Had a really good first half for the Portland Tigers. And that ball going absolutely nowhere. And we're going to have a ball up true centre half forward position. Umpire Jeff Barker.
Absolutely. So important, as I said, Wiggs, 5 or 7 minutes for Koroit to try and get 1 or 2 on the board and not allow that fast scoring spree that we saw in the first quarter for the Tigers. Lovell sharp with the hands. Dancing around there was Pierre Gross, a youngster. Here's Huppert. He gets the 1-2 from the big man in Malcolm, and he takes it bounce inside centre square. Inside 50. Garland. Wilson! And the big man, Jake Wilson, stood tall and have a shot 25 metres out directly in front. And what a person to have standing in your forward 50.
Well, it started from a back 50 stoppage, and they were able to link up, and then Huppert's got it on the outside, gave it to Malcolm, and then ran with the ball, took a bounce, and got that deep inside 50, and obviously Mark.
He kicked 46 last year, and he's kicked his third this afternoon, Jake Wilson. And a nice, good early start for the Tigers in this third term. They go to 10-5, 65. They lead the Saints 5-2-32, and that's all thanks to Solomon's Flooring and Blinds.
So I think one thing, I reckon, if you're the opposition, you're going, okay, well, who's our run-with player and who are we going to run with? So you can't throw your hands up there and go, well, who do you go to? You go to Jackson, do you go to Hupperts, do you go to Lovell? But I think teams will have to get their head around, well, we need to have someone who's going to sit on someone. So it looks like Blair McCutcheon's on Hupperts at the moment, so I don't know whether that's a hard tag. Let's have a look.
And we were live in the first leg of the quaddy, soft live at $9.60. Only 4 runners in the first leg too, so that's a good start by our man Greggy Eyes Kelson. And stacks in the middle once again there in the middle of the ground. Good tackle by Big Jakey McCosh. He's got himself looking super fit, Big Jakey. Been working on that Clinton Bolsh Nissan of mine. Does a great job too, good mechanic. So here comes Big Benny Malcolm. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Going nowhere as well. So good start to this third term by the Portland Tigers, and in particular Big Jakey Wilson. Malcolm wins that one down again, scattered beautifully there by Block. Quick kick forward. Couch just kind of shimmies the ball to an opponent. Oh, that was strong play. Free kick. Too high. It's going to go against Will Couch. Resultant free kick will go to Darcy Campbell for the Portland Tigers. So Campbell was for the fend-off. He kicks further afield, getting back. Hoy takes a nice uncontested mark in the end. So Shipper, the Maskell medalist with Jet Birmingham last year. Generally a beautiful kick of the football, not this time. Goes through the hands of Ubergang. He's good enough to gather on that cuspy left foot. Beautiful kick out to Sharp. Sharp's got Edwards over the top. If he can find him, yes, he does. Edwards can keep running. He just spilt the mark. Willett set up for him. He's put himself under a little bit of pressure. Getting back is Peterson. He goes back to a teammate there in Jackie Walsh. Goes back in the pocket. They've just stuffed that up a little bit for mine, the Portland Tigers. They had an opportunity there, Wiggs.
Drop the mark. Missed kick there. So, they'll be regretting that one.
Geez, they run hard, though, forward of the footy, don't they? Those little sort of fleet-footed.
And really well set up here now, so really well set up behind the ball.
So the Saints looking to get outside defensive 50. And it's Liam Hoy. And he gives it all he can. Malcolm's going to set himself. McCosh front position, almost took it on the second bite. And again, their tackling pressure's been good around the contest. On just one thing that sort of stood out for Portland, I know we're singing their praises, Wiggs, but their physicality around the footy. They were probably pushed off the footy a little bit last year with just those young ones being really lightly framed, but now they've got a bit of bulk around the contest.
Yeah, absolutely. They got guys who are at pace with size.
Jennings from the back, front position. Was Miller. Jennings kept it alive, got the handball out. Here comes Hunter. And Wild Will Hunter kicks his first of the day. And they get their second in this third term. And they go to 11-5, 71, the Portland Tigers, leading the Saints 5-2-32. And that's all thanks to Solomon Floorings and Blinds.
So they're dangerous when they go forward, aren't they? Like when they get that quick ball in, they're very nippy around the ball the foot of the big boys.
Absolutely, and again, you've got Jennings who's forward there, doesn't have to be on ball the whole time. If you want to play a stoppage game against Portland, that's going to suit them right down to the ground. So if it's just stoppage after stoppage, again, with Malcolm and their depth of midfielders, and again, size and speed, it's going to be a real challenge for sides.
So they're just waiting for the pill to come back in. So the first 2 goals of this third term go to the Portland Tigers. They move along to 11-5-71. Lead the Saints 5-2-32. Solomon's blinds and flooring scoreboard back in the middle. Malcolm with a big fist for Jackson at the bottom of the pack. Coming through there also was Bullock. Quick kick off the ground. Edwards gathers. He kicks into the pocket. Beautiful football. And on the end of it is that man Jennings. Toby's already kicked one this afternoon. He's in the pocket. He's going to have to send it to the left-hand goal post. But big Jake Wilson said to him straight away, go back and have a shot, son. And we're going to get the perfect bird's eye view of this. Go short to Wilson. Unchecked. And the big man puts the mouth guard in the sock and says, leave it to me, boys. This will be for goal number 3.
4
for Jakey Wilson. As he comes back, he's going to kick from just inside the 50 arc. Distance won't be a concern for Jake. He comes in, kicks on its way. Umpire doesn't move. And Jakey likes it. And that's 4 for the big man. And the Tigers go to 12-5-77. They lead the Koroit Saints. As I just wait for the score to come back up 5-2-32. And Philip Possum Kelly, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions. Surely there's some movement at the bar now.
Yeah, well, they're warming up, Stewie, but this is what Koroit didn't want, isn't it? Yes, Portland are kicking with that breeze, but, to kick 3 goals in the first 6 or 7 minutes is something that Koroit didn't want. That they, at the very worst, they wanted to milk some time and just, get some possession of the footy and try and score themselves, but these 3 goals have come early, so it's they're really up against it now.
And they're going to get another free kick here, the Tigers, just to shepherd out of the ruck contest, and it's going to go to Ben Malcolm. He's been enormous, Wiggs.
Yeah, been really good. Giving him first use, but doing some good stuff around the ground as well.
Mooney flew, and Lovell nearly got the Falcon off the push-off with the football. Well trapped by Sharp. He's wrapped up. Blocked, tackled by Jackson.
He's done that a couple of times, Daniel Jackson. Just that run down, run pressure from behind.
Huppets. He'll bring it to the wing, and he'll find Jack Walsh just lurking by himself. So the excitement levels are high here for the Tigers. Short kick finds Moody. Former goal kicker, but now a defender. Inside 50, Wilson flies, roving. Jones is there, looking for Edwards. He tries to keep it in, goes off the knee. Boundary throw in will go around the grounds, Matt.
Got to think Matthews Patrolling player of the day. Benny Malcolm's got to be in contention, doesn't he, boys?
Lockie Huppets will be up there. Ooh. Jake Wilson kicks a couple more. He'll kick 6. They've had some really good players. Jake Edwards.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire, Port Fairy North Warrnambool. Mick Finnegan, what's the latest, Mick?
Yeah, 22-minute mark of the third quarter, and it's all one-way traffic here at Port Fairy. It's North Warrnambool 9-5-59 to Port Fairy 2-7-19.
Oh, so the Eagles getting the job done comfortably. We say very good afternoon to Wally Steer for the first time. Hamilton Kangaroos taking on Warrnambool Victoria Park in Koroit. Wall, what's the latest, mate?
Okay, we're at quarter time here, and it's Hamilton 4-3-27 to Warrnambool 1-6.
A good start by the Kangas.
Is there a breeze there, Wal?
Hey, just back here. Sorry, boys. Just a bad kick in that time. And it's been intercepted here. And, we're going back. Portland's going back. I can't quite pick up who it is. Going back to have a shot about 20 metres out. That was just a duff of a kick there coming out. And I think it might be
Cody
Jones for Portland. So this would be not ideal for the Koroit Saints if Jones can slot this. Tight enough angle, comes in, leans back on it. They like it. It's another one for Portland, and they go to 13-6-84, leading the Saints 5-2-32. Solomon's flooring and blind scoreboard. Unbelievable. Let's go and continue around the grounds, and we're going to go to Ash Kelson, South Warrnambool v Cobden. Ash, what's the latest up at the friendlies, mate?
South Warrnambool just shooting for goal, but they're 6-10-46. And Cobden got 2 goals this quarter through Michael Peronius
and they're 3-2-20. And we had a serious injury to, unfortunately, probably the best player for Cobden by far, Brody Marnie's done a knee, unfortunately.
Geez, that's bad news for Cobden. Let's keep our fingers crossed for Brody Marnie. Koroit Pharmacy medical update there from Ash Kelson. Gee whiz, this quarter, it's been all Portland, boys.
Oh, unbelievable. It's going to be a matter of how far now. And, yeah, they'll be full of confidence.
So they're up by 52 points, 11 minutes gone. Edwards on that outer side wing's been busy. The Saints trying to trap the footy and just get it moving forward, and they're unable to do so. But there just hasn't been a weak link in the game time that we've seen thus far, Wiggs. They've just they've played well, the Tigers. And I guess, too, as I said, there's been an air of excitement from the start of the day. You know, amount of boys coming back and playing, and you know, they've executed it well thus far.
Oh, they've been really good, and they want to get it in quick into their forward line because it's 1-on-1. They're really hard to beat.
Jennings to Jackson, got it in. Garlett roved it well, intercepted by Peterson, who's been a shining light for the Saints. Kicked it out of defence. Hodgins, the new recruit, former Rovers and Hawksdale MacArthur player. They go inside 50 by a chain of handballs. Over the top, Garlett. Can he trap it? Because I'll tell you what, Tanner Lovell's lurking. And it just flickers over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw and 35 out from Portland's goal.
I've been impressed with their handball. It looks like Hampton League footy. Like Hampton League footy is a lot of handball run, and they're definitely bought into that. And I feel like, and then you look at marks inside 50. They've probably taken 10 at least.
Free kick is going to go. I reckon it's young Fraser Robb for the Koroit Saints. He's been good today. They need something here just to spark them up a little bit. Possible thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive quarter, hasn't it, Matty? And just to emphasise how focused they are, there must have been a breakdown in some rotations there before because Lockie Huppets was screaming to the bench about getting it right. He said, get the rotations right. So still very much invested in the game.
Such an important rotation list with a star-studded midfield too, what we've seen today. They're getting first use by the big man Benny Malcolm, who's been every minute in the ruck so far. I don't think he's had a rest, boys.
And still running across the ground. So obviously had a big pre-season. They spoke about that.
Big pre-season, all right. So the Portland Tigers looking for their first victory since round 3, 2023. Here they go again. Kick goes in. Goes through the hands that time. There's Jeffy Garlett. Can he gather? Could have been taken without it. Quick kick out of the defensive 50 there for the Saints, and that was from young Tate Waterson. Stacks on the mill.
Just living in Portland's forward half, isn't it? They're really well set up behind the ball. Probably just the only thing their use inside hasn't been overly great, but Koroit can't get it out.
It's funny you speak about the handball game, Wiggs. On all fronts, they're winning the handball game, whether it's that link-up handball and getting that run off half-back, or if it's in a tight contest, it's that handball out the sides, and they're just winning those contests. So McCutcheon, free kick, left half-back here at Hanlon Park, standing start, looking for a teammate, just out in front there with the Tigers, and they'll get that handball going once again. Huppets got it, but he was wrapped over and taken over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Portland. 13-7-85 to 5-2-32. They lead by 53 points, all thanks to Solomon's Flooring and Blinds. Great new scoreboard sponsor here on Hampton League Live for 2025. McCosh, he's up against one of the best, and a push out, he'll get the free kick, and he's going to be. He will have a good education about what that ruck contest is going to be like for the season, because Malcolm is one of the best in the business, that is for sure.
Gee, they're really well set up defensively, Portland. Koroit would want to chip it around.
Here they go into attack once again. The Portland Tigers. Ball comes in. It's a dangerous football. Garlett's lurking. Good play that time by Campbell. He gets the handball further afield to a teammate there in Stevens. Gathered by Waterson. Goes to Dylan McCutcheon, just steps through a little bit of traffic. Back to Waterson now, so a little bit of run and carry for the Saints. Kicks further afield. Good fist over the top that time.
They're just forcing them.
By Pigros.
Yeah, they're just forcing them to go to a contest. So they're blocking the corridor. They're defending really well. Koroit are looking to take it on, but they can't. So to a contest, that results in a stoppage. That's then advantage Portland.
So the Tigers lead here by 53 points. We've played 15 minutes on the league contracting time clock in this third term. Big ball up that time, McCosh over the top. Here comes McCutcheon. The two McCutcheons are in there that time, fighting over to Hoy. It's a heavy contest. Hoy could have been taken high. Fisk comes forward. Rob, further afield to Neve. Haven't seen a lot of Joran Neve today. Hasn't had many opportunities. Here he goes, trying to impose himself onto the contest now. Taken high, and he will get the resultant free kick. So deep, forward 50. Right on the boundary line. Tell you what, he's got some tricks, this kid, though. If anyone can kick it, he could. A little short kick, oh, not his best. Intercepted. And now Portland are going to build again. But a good contested mark out in that far outer side. I reckon that was the Mack truck, Peterson. Mark was dropped that time by Hodgins. Handball comes out. This is where they're hurting you on the turnover. Look at that from Ubergang. He's been magnificent too for Portland across half back. Kick out in front. Saints have got numbers. Campbell's there on Garlett. Could have been taken high. Umpire says no, and we're going to have a ball up far out of side. But on the turnover, aren't they good, boys?
Yep, they get it going quick and running. They're running. They're overlap running. Probably running harder than the Koroit mids.
Garlett just awaiting at the back of the pack. We'll go to pass, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Yeah, and I think that pressure that they're putting on and that creating those turnovers, they're just gaining in confidence too, boys. The more times that they intercept, they just do it more and more. So they're gaining confidence as the game goes on to Portland. So this has been a very, very polished performance.
Just keep an eye on too, boys, all thanks to Koroit Pharmacy. I think Clemmy Nagorka hasn't come back on. I think he might have an arm injury, serious arm injury. So keep an eye on that one, Poss, for Koroit Pharmacy.
So the kick towards Dobson was almost effective. And they had numbers just to see it over the boundary line. But again, an example is what you were saying before, Weeks. It was just a skinny side, nothing
Contest,
open to... Yep. So boundary throw-in. So 13-7-85 to 5-2-32. 53 points to the margin. 17 minutes gone in this third term on our Hampton League Live match of the day. The sun is shining here at Hanlon Park, and so are the Portland Tigers. So we'll go again. Wilson leading the charge with 4 majors, and Connor Byrne 3 for the Koroit Saints. So the Hamilton Umpires Association officiating in today's game. They've done a great job off the contest. Nice bit of work there by Harrington. McCutcheon busy. Neve had to bend down and pick it up, and it just didn't give him enough time to release the handball. 50-50 contest on that outer side, and it's a free kick to the Koroit Saints. So they get another chance, Matt, to going forward and try and manufacture a goal, which is much needed in this third term.
Absolutely, and he's been good today. 2 Blair McCutcheon. So not much happening up forward, so they're trying to create something over the top to Hoy. He kicks further afield. Oh, that was courageous. Good play there by Dobson. His attack on the football, never ever questioned. Rob was disposed of the football. Stacks in the middle once again. You'd love to see those Synod accountant stats, wouldn't you? The 450 entries this quarter, because I think Portland would be all over it, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. Marks inside 50. I tell you what, tackles too, because coming in from last year, Portland were pretty ordinary that area, but gee, they've gang tackled today, and had two at the person with the ball.
So free kick's going to go to Big Benny Malcolm here. Plenty of run and carry from behind the football from Moody. He kicks further afield. Oh, that was good body work by Sharp. Good gather that time by Hodgins. Gets it to Peterson, back to Hodgins. Hodgins got little take Waterson. Waterson goes further afield to Hoy. He just tunnels one further afield to the big man McCosh. High up and under. Dobson's going to fly. Oh, that's a good mark. Peter Box, Bridgestone, mark of the day. I like it. The good kick to Neve in the pocket. 3 had the ball about 5 or 10 minutes ago. We've ticked over 19 minutes in this third term. Third term that's been dominated by Portland. They've kicked 4. So Jira Neve. Deep forward pocket right in front of the Solomon's blinds and curtains scoreboard. What's happened there? Free kick. Free kick going to go to Will Couch. Puts him in a little bit better position. The boys at the bar not happy. But Couchy gets a free kick and he'll go back and have a shot. 25 metres out. And they need this. And they need it quickly, don't they?
Haven't seen a lot of him today. But he'll probably kick it.
So Couch comes in. Kicks on its way. I think he's kicked it.
No.
Oh, the crowd, the bar. Listen to him down there. They're about to go through for a minor score. They're starting to get a bit of voice now, Poss.
Yeah, that's more the kids on the fence down in the forward pocket, boys. But just for Koroit Pharmacy, a medical update on Clem Nagorka. I think he's done, boys. He's getting ice strapped onto his right elbow, so that appears to be the injury. So you'd think, being iced up, you'd just about think that he'd be put on ice.
Gee, that was a good mark by Jennings. His aerial skills are amazing, Wiggs. Is he still eligible to play under 23s, I hope, Gaz? Gaz Jennings, he's an absolute ripper. Sharp, good in the contest. They just lost it. Jackson, good below his feet, inside 50, out in front. Good mark.
Jeez, that was good play by Jackson.
It's been really good. Like, the things I remember about Jackson's game over his 2 run-down tackles in the middle of the ground.
Works hard.
Yeah, and both ways. He's a two-way runner.
It was Ballantyne instead, and that was a great diving mark. A Peter Bolsh-Bridgestone mark of the day contender. And Jamison Ballantyne, who's on Geelong's VFL list, played in the GFL last year, back at his home team, the Portland Tigers. Kicks from 30 and does not miss. He splits the centre and they get their 14th, Portland. And they go on to 14-7-91, leading Koroit 5-3-33.
Geez, they've been good, boys, haven't they?
Impressive.
Been really good, like even their transition and their run from behind. Their kick mark's been alright too. They get a bit of speed on the ball, but I think the great thing is like they're getting it quick into one-on-ones in their forward line off the back of midfield dominance, which has started with Ben Malcolm, and they've just got those number of players who can go through the midfield. Who have they got next week?
That's a good question, mate. I'll find out.
I'll tell you what, they're looking for.
Mortlake, actually, I think they got next week.
First victory advantage being paid here, so Portland into attack again. Through Jackson, the sharp. Good foil in the end there by Mooney. He's wrapped up in a tight tackle, looking for too high, and umpire Jeff Barker says, give it to me, boys, going to have a ball up. But that centre clearance work again, absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, they'll have the Bloods here next week.
Yeah.
So another home game there, right?
Yep.
Gee whiz, imagine if they could get that scalp next week as well.
Here they go out of the contest. Goal square. Wilson lurking. Goes into the pocket. Tries to fend away. Oh, he goes for the inside-outside kick. Up and under. He tries to mark his own ball. Really good work there by Miller in the end of Sherkor. Looks to sharpen up the kick, but it's only going to be as far as Curtis. Overran it. Well done there by Connor Byrne. He tripped and he recovered and he got it to his skipper and Dobson, I should say co-coach. Goes on the left boot, sharpens up. Well done, Byrne. Created the space and was able to run into it. So he's just going to hold things up just so we can get some personnel back down. Kicks good to Harrington. Harrington's looking to go inside forward 50. Jumping at it, through the hands. Roving beautifully there by Fraser Robb. But on the last line of the defence was Jack Walsh. And Walsh has played a very good game on that outer side wing. Just takes it nice and easy with a bounce. He'll go long outside defensive 50. Hunter's the target. Over his head, Stevens on his tail. And he'll look to go back inside 50, Stevens. Waterson, I think it may be, on the half-forward line. Takes the mark, and he'll look to go that re-entry.
And Briasa takes out the TJ Smith Stakes for the Hawks family up in Sydney too. Beats Overpass for Jimmy Forrest. And I think Jimmy's up in Sydney today too in a photo finish. And Jimmy Starr, I think, was flying home down the outside for third. So one of the Group 1s at Royal Randwick this afternoon has been run and won by Briasa. As I said, we're still alive in the Whalers Hotel Peter Box Bridgestone Quaddie comp. First look at the Quaddie, we're up $9.60. Here go the Saints, looking for something. But gee whiz, it's been a quarter dominated by the Portland Tigers. We've ticked over 5 minutes in this third quarter on the league contracting time clock. 14-7-91. Koroit 5-3-33. And AFL around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Kohaya. There's 2 minutes to go, they tell me. And the Suns lead the Crows by 1 point.
Wow.
We've got a cracker there, boys.
Here's Matt Bradley. Goes back inside forward 50. And they've just got a number of players just waiting for the football to come into their hands. I think it might be Moody who'll go across the face. Good kick in the end. A ripper to Darcy Campbell. He'll go short down to Nichols. The youngster, he's only 17, this kid. And Clay Nichols takes the mark. Had a taste of senior footy last year. Played his 4 games, averaged 11 disposals. Gets outside defensive 50. Contest there. Nice bit of work. Trying to get it out there was Hodgins. He's wrapped up, not going anywhere. And we'll go.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. We'll start off with Mick Finnegan, Port Fairy, North Warrnambool Eagles. What's happening, Mick?
Yeah, 4.5 minutes into the last quarter, and North Warrnambool got a handy lead, 10-7-67 to Port Fairy 3-8-26.
How's Gary Rowan goal, Mick?
One.
One goal, beautiful. Like your work, mate. Let's go to Wally Steer Hamilton taking on the Warrnambool Blues. Well, what's happening out of Victoria Park, Walt?
10.5 minutes into the second quarter. 4-3-27 Hamilton. Warrnambool 1-2-8.
Interesting game of footy there at Victoria Park. Let's go to the friendlies. Ash Kelson, Roosters, Cobden Bombers. What's the latest, Ash?
3/4 time just sounded. South Warrnambool 16-46. Cobden had a very good quarter. 5-4-34 in for an interesting last quarter. South Warrnambool.
Any breeze there, Ash? South have got the win. Yeah, beautiful.
Probably a 3 or 4 goal breeze going down the town end, Matty.
Beautiful work, mate. Love your style out there at the friendlies this afternoon. There goes Yuba Gang. Kick goes inboard, read beautifully by the Mack truck. Peterson over the top to Waterson. Like this little kid. Goes good. Over the top to Neve. He's had a lot of positions in that pocket this quarter, and he squares it up to Jack Block. And Block's going to go back and have a shot. 35 metres out. Going to take a nice kick from there into this breeze. I've seen much of Burn in this quarter, boys. Would you put him through the midfield just to get him into the contest?
Yeah, well, I think so. That defended pretty well in terms of keeping the ball in, Koroit. Portland probably missed a couple of opportunities, missed some kicks, and repeat entries for Koroit.
So Block's kick. I'll tell you what's coming back. Has it gone through for a goal? Yes, it has. And the Saints boys get around Jack Block. That was a good goal. Into the teeth of the breeze.
Played pretty well.
He's played very well. So the Saints go to 6-3-39. Portland 14-7-91. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Hilly, we've ticked over 28 minutes on the league contracting time clock.
He's been an impressive young player, I reckon, Block, over the last couple of years. He's sort of gone from a back pocket to a half-back flank, and now he's sort of find himself a lot more up the ground, isn't he?
Really strong over the ball, beautiful kick, team orientated. So yeah, he's a ripper.
So they get one back, the Saints, but it's still a 52-point margin here at Hanlon Park as we're nearing 3/4 time. Bradley in the ruck. The tap down was looking to go towards Lovell. Here comes Jackson. He's spent a lot of time at centre bounces. Walsh was his intended target. He kept it alive. And now they go through Block. Good work on Q. Goes towards Rook. He's got a little bit of separation. He can go short inside forward 50. He does. And he goes to Dobson, who can square it up. And a good kick to Jyron Neve. And this will give the Saints a bit of confidence if they can get 2 in a row. But some good ball movement there by the Saints.
Yeah, off the back of clearances then. Just they're running in terms of the last probably 5 or 6 minutes. So it's funny though, when you're chasing tail, you look slow, but all of a sudden Koroit look like their legs might be okay. So yeah, it might just get him a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Let's see what he can do. Kicks from 30. Has he done enough? No, he hasn't. He's pushed it to the right side. And a minor score. And all thanks to Matt Cohire, the Suns win by a point up at First Choice People's Stadium or whatever it's called these days.
What a game.
Gee whiz. They're going all right, aren't they, Gold Coast?
Going super, Hilly. I like where they're putting down. And I'll tell you what, the Crows, they'll take plenty out of that too. That's their first loss of the year.
Yeah, good sign.
Against an informed team.
So Ballantyne has a ball on left half back. Broadcast side here at Hanlon Park. Big crowd here to start the Hampton Football Netball League season for 2025. He'll go down the line. Malcolm will certainly be a contender for that marking contest. Flying in was Peterson. And it just trickles the ball, goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. It is nearly red time. Let's go to Postle thanks to B&B Furniture.
Yeah, red time. That is the word of the minute, Hilly, because Lockie Huppets is currently off the ground screaming out red time, red time. He's asking him to shut the game down there. So hoping to get through to the 3/4 time siren without any addition to the Koroit scoreboard.
Boys, Benny Malcolm has played every minute in the ruck. It's been a Herculean effort, hasn't it?
Well, he's like Gawn, really, isn't he? Because Gawn doesn't swap much off Melbourne.
No. And if you're good enough and you're fit enough, what do you have to?
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
So I reckon he's been rucking between sort of the 50 and defensive 50 because I reckon Hunter's been taking the run contest and even Wilson's had that chance to do it as well.
My only question mark would be on a bigger ground, you know, how are you going to get away with that? You know, look, and they'll have obviously things up their sleeve, I'd say, but yeah, just a great effort, you know. And he's not getting any younger, is he, Benny Malcolm? Here they go, the Portland Tigers through Lovell again, goes forward, bouncing football, bounces through for a minor score. And that takes the Portland Tigers to 14-8. 92, Koroit 6-4-40. It's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
Yeah, great to have Solomon Flooring and Blinds for 2025. Miller with the kick in, Walsh the front position. They're going to go again. Quick kick inside, 50 at the back, Ballantyne. Wilson, here's Garlett, right foot snap. And makes no mistake, Jeffy Gartlett.
Is that 3 for Jeffy?
That's 3 for the number 36. And
he's been good.
Yeah, he's been really good. Yeah. Doesn't need to get a lot of disposals, be dangerous in that forward 50. And he gets his 3rd goal of the afternoon. I think they've got him for the first 6 games of the season as well. So he goes to 15-8-98.
You reckon if they're 6-0, he's coming back to play.
My oath he is.
He'll be coming back to play. Been really impressed with Jack Walsh.
Yeah.
A bit of play I'll talk about at 3/4 time.
Well, I reckon that's something they lacked a little bit. Yeah, I reckon that was something they lacked a little bit too, you know, with a few other issues. But I reckon that wing position, you know, they've just got someone who can run back and forth pretty nicely.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. We can't have long to play in this 3rd quarter. Crashing in there was the big man, big Jakey McCosh. Umpire says, give it to me, boys. We're going to have a ball up. So it can't be long to play in this 3rd term. It's been all Portland in this 3rd quarter. Malcolm again. That was Jack Block. He's been magnificent for the Saints. It's a little banana bender. Coming through there was Liam Hoy. Gets a handball up to Waterson. Good play. Waterson, short chip kick. But just chopping it off there was the mood man, Jay Moody. He's inked up a little bit since the last time we saw him in the Hendon Football Netball League.
He used to be more of a redhead too, was he?
He's got a bit of the Dane Swan look about him now.
Yeah.
Kick comes over the back.
As we speak, boys.
He's been good too, down back. Gathered out there by Cody Jones. Goes inboard to Jackson. Jackson goes further afield. Mooney cuts it off. Oh, good tackle. Good attack on the football. Here goes Miller. Left foot kick. Out into space. Just finds the touchline. I think they'll be happy with that, the Saints. And we'll have a ball up far out of side. Been all right, Miller. First game for Koroit. To be honest, he's playing on a big individual who's probably got him for strength. But he's battled hard, hasn't he?
No kick. But yeah, he hasn't looked out of place. Yep.
So boundary throw in 55 from the Portland Tigers home. Bradley gathered it out of the ruck, got the handball out straight away to Block. But I reckon it might have been holding the ball, or as a free kick there for the Tigers anyway. So they're going to go inside 50 through Malcolm. They've lost it in the sun. The siren's blown. And that is a 6-goal 3rd quarter for the Portland Tigers, and they lead by 58 points, 15-8-98 to 6-4-40, and that's all thanks to Solomon's Flooring and Blinds.
Yeah, that was... and look, probably they did that damage in the first 10 minutes of the quarter. Probably after that it was a bit of an arm wrestle, couple of goals apiece, but... Gee, they're forward line, one-on-one, looked really dangerous. I was just talking about Jack Walsh. There was a bit of play as a winger. Good wingers, I reckon, run back to cover. And Koroit brought the ball in from along this side with pretty going unhindered. We're able to keep the ball moving. Jack Walsh just ran his lane. Koroit kicked in, Jack Walsh is sitting in the defensive goal square. So that's the sign of a really good winger and a player who knows their role in terms of get back and cover that open side. So when you're on that open side wing, that you're getting back to cover, and that means then you can your defence can push up, and you see that happening in the AFL. But look, that's there. And again, I saw Lockie Hubbards yelling at the bench, and that they're up by probably 50 points. That real urgency in terms of keep the rotations happening, high standards. But they've been terrific. And again, the biggest thing out of it, well, there's going to be a few big things out of this. Will be belief and confidence for a start. So imagine rocking up tomorrow Sunday morning training, and you just belted, who's been the powerhouse for a long time by, it could be a 10-goal win, but then coming to training next week.
Yeah, so, up and about, Wiggs. I'll tell you what, 3/4 time, it's the Portland Tigers, 15-8. 6-4-40. The Tigers looking for their first win since round 3, 2023, nearly 2 years ago. Can they do it? Can they hold on? They're 58 points up. It'll be a huge quarter for the Saints to lose this one for Portland. Let's take a break. We'll come back with final quarter action on the other side of this.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor-outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
G'day, Luke Williams here. At Luke Williams Real Estate, competition is in our nature. Per team member, we sell more properties than anyone else. We're not the biggest, but we are the busiest. Luke Williams Real Estate. Let's kick some winning goals together this season.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need insurance? See MGA Insurance Group. Great service, expert advice and competitive premiums for farmers, business owners and transport operators. Call Dennis and Gareth Morgan and Glenn Skilbeck, 55596 200.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop. Open up the shop, time for gift, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Hampton League Live.
For Sungold, fresh local milk, Pontings Mitre 10, Harvey Norman Warrnambool and Madden's Lawyers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back. Final quarter action about to get underway. It's a 58-point lead here to the Portland Tigers. Poss Kelly downstairs, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility. What's the messaging there from Lockie Hubbard at 3/4 time, mate?
Yeah, his message was pretty clear, Stewie. He doesn't want anything, doesn't want them to go outside the rules that they've set and the team play that they've set up throughout the day. He said the first 10 minutes of this quarter is going to be really important. He said Koroit have probably got one real last crack at us, and then if they can snuff them out in that first 10 minutes, he'll be happy with that. They took 7 marks inside 50 that quarter. Portland in late 18 tackles, which he highlighted, and also a couple of injury concerns. Clem Ngorka's in a lot of pain, boys, with that elbow. And Portland have lost Cade Lovell with a knee injury. Doesn't look too serious, and Huppets himself has his left knee heavily strapped. Went into the game with some heavy strapping and had some attention done to it in that break, but otherwise all good.
Geez, they're up and about in the Portland Tigers. They can sniff a victory. First one in nearly 2 years. This would be enormous if they can get across the line. They're leading by 58 points. What have the Saints got in the tank? There's McCosh. Quick kick for going back. Good mark taken by Moody.
He's got
Squares it up.
Going on.
Hasn't he, mate? Mac Peterson's been great all day for the Koroit defensive. Back 6. Stacks on the mill. And we're going to have a ball up on centre wing.
Real quarterback sort of role from Moody, isn't it? You know, like kick-ins. He's always the guy they look to off cross half-back to have the footy in hand.
Yeah.
So, Tana Lovell trying to trap the football on centre wing. Block's been sensational for the Saints. He hasn't stopped trying. Inside 50 he goes. Dobson just was underneath the ball better than what Piergross was. And he'll have a set shot 45 metres out. So, Sam Dobson... Great to see him back in the competition. Already kicked one goal this afternoon. No, he hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon. Looking to kick his first goal. Back in Saints colours after spending some time down at St Mary's in the Geelong Football League. Big run up. He'll kick from 45. And to reduce the margin back to 52 points. He's a fluent kick of the football. Beautiful drop punt, but just kicks it to the left of the stick and a minor score. So 6-5-41 are the Saints, 15-8-98 are the Portland Tigers, and we've played a minute and a half in this final term, and that's all thanks to Lee Contracting.
So it'll be just a matter of, and again, Koroit going man on man here, so if Portland again just kick mark the ball a bit when they can, get it halfway and then get a bit of speed on it, that's probably their blueprint you'd be thinking.
Yeah, they'll want to finish this game as strong as what they started, wouldn't they, the Portland Tigers? So Moody had to dance around to Campbell and get the ball back, the 1-2. Gets it outside defensive 50. Jennings, front position, well read there by Lovell. They get the advantage play on, and here they go through Ballantyne. He takes a bounce, and he looks to get the ball moving inside forward 50. Wilson pushes off. He gets in the right position, gathers the football, left foot snap for the Tigers, and it hits the post. And that was Edwards, and that would have been a good team-lifting goal for the Portland Tigers. They go to 15-9-99, trail, leading the Saints 6-5-41, and gee whiz, off half-back when they get that run and handball game going, Wigsy, they look strong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think both coaches will be going, all right, well, how fit are we? Can we, and I know Portland, can we finish the game off in terms of running? Because Koroit will be well prepared. We don't know a lot about Portland, but Lockie Uppett's be real looking for their guys to finish the game full of running.
I think we might have been nutted in the second leg of the quaddie just on the line, boys. There was a pimple in it. Well, thanks to Peter Box Bridgestone and the Whalers Hotel. Here goes Daniel Jackson sporting those blue boots. Torresino might have been the one that got us. Lockie Rook gets it to Hoy over the top there to Dylan McCutcheon. McCutcheon goes further afield to Neve. Jaron Neve just wants to suck a player forward. Beautiful football it was to Byrne. That is goal. Boy, he missed it. And that was probably his easiest goal of the day, to be honest. He's kicked 3, Connor Byrne, but he just missed that one.
They're getting tired, both sides. You can see like the pressure's dropped off around the ground. So it's probably now who's going to be better with the ball.
It's been ferocious, hasn't it, the contest. There's Moody, plays on, takes his 10 metres. Beautiful kick out wide, and that's Jennings. He's been brilliant for the Portland Tigers as well. He hasn't tasted victory for a couple of years. There's Toby, stuck fat. Kick goes further afield. Geez, that's a good mark. Peter Walsh, Bridgestone, play of the day. Cody Jones.
He's a good kid, this fella.
Good kid.
Really good kid.
How old, Hilly?
I think he's under 18, so he might have been top age 18s last year.
He kicks further afield. Mooney going back with the flight of the football. Couldn't quite grab it. Good enough to go get it. Gets a handball inboard to Fraser Robb. Chip kick over the top is good to McCutcheon. He did play on. Handball was smothered on the turnover now. Saints have got numbers at the contest. Bouncing football. Jeffy. Oh, had a little trick up his sleeve there, Jeffy. Dives on the football. Angus Campbell wrapped up. Don't you get nervous when Jeffy's around, boys.
Absolutely, yep. Good player at the D's and the Blues. And they're doing his craft here at Tigerland. Malcolm, been enormous. Walsh at the back. Goes inside 50. Jennings protecting the space. Gathers on the bounce. Sidesteps. Goes around. Toby with the finish. Kenny. Oh, yes, he can. Oh, he's hit the post.
Gee whiz.
That would have been the play of the day thanks to Peter Bolt Bridgestone. Gee, that was good by Jennings.
He's got some tricks.
He's an absolute ripper and another minor score. They've cracked the ton, the Tigers. 15-10-100. Leading Koroit 6-6-42. And we'll go to Postle thanks to... we'll go to Poss on the boundary.
Comedy of errors there for a little exchange, boys. But no, they're just growing in confidence, aren't they? Portland is getting better as the game goes on. Now that they've got it well in control, they're really starting to share the footy and really enjoying it.
So the crowd, Poss, by the sounds.
Yeah, the crowd's up and about.
They're up and about. They're just about to fire up the smelter, I reckon, and light it up. Because Portland, they're on their way to their first victory in 2 years.
I reckon that from memory, the Tigers actually play the theme song over the speakers at the end of a game if they get victorious.
It cranking.
You'll be up singing, Matthew.
Oh, I'm not going to hear it very much this year.
You don't
I
hear
don't
it
think.
very often now, but anyway, that's okay.
You might hear a bit this year in the Hampton League, maybe.
I reckon we will, because it's been a polished performance so far by the Portland Tigers. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. And we're going to go out to the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy, Mick Finnegan. It's been all the North Warrnambool Eagles over the Seagulls.
Yes, it's certainly a polished performance from the North Warrnambool Eagles side here today. 14-7-91 to 4-10-34 at the 26-minute mark of the last quarter.
Good win by the North Warrnambool Eagles, and Vards will be absolutely ecstatic, and so he should be. Let's go to Wally Steer. Hamilton Kangaroos taking on the Warrnambool Blues at Vic Park. Wall, what's the latest over there, buddy?
Okay, we've got half time, so it's tightened up a bit. Hamilton 4-3, they didn't score that quarter. Warrnambool 3-4-22, so a bit of a breeze going to one end. So it's been all up one end, but not a bad game, to say the least.
Beautifully done, Wall. And let's go to Ash Kelson, South Warrnambool v Cobden. That game had tightened up. What's the latest up there, Ash?
Yeah, pretty dull game, matey. 6-14-50 to 5-4-34.
Roosters up by 16 points. Beautifully done. There's a bit of action here, purely and simply because they're just looking for a victory. There's Yuba Gang. It was actually Edwards, I should say. Cutting it off there was Mac Peterson. He's been good. Cross half back again today. He goes to his partner in crime in Moody. Hodgins jumps on the football. A bit of Krusty the Clown looking very big, Hodgins.
Definitely.
So we've got a ball up, 50 metres out. Big fly that time. There's Dylan McCutcheon. He gathers. He goes back to the Mac truck. Mac Peterson kicks out further afield. Jennings is there. He gathers. Left foot, little worm burner. Going to come back again. They're just waxing Jennings and Mac Peterson to McCosh. Over the top to Waterson. And the handball just missed them. We're going to have a ball up.
Not sort of a lot happening this quarter. I think Lockie Hubbards, that's what he wanted. Like, it's gone about 10 minutes, so neither team's kicked a goal.
So we'll have a boundary throw in. The Tigers 58 points up. Malcolm front position. McCosh has attacked hard all day. He's been terrific. Inside 50 they go. And a mark taken. I think it may be Tanner Lovell. And if it's Lovell, he'll go back and have a shot 35 metres out. I reckon it may be with those bright orange boots. And they've been classy around the stoppages.
Yeah.
And Lovell will go back. And we know he's a big kick, and it's been a tough end of the venue to kick this afternoon. But Lovell, a good debut game back at the Tigers. So to extend the lead out to 64 points. Lovell, looking for his second of the day, comes in, and it just fades to the right, and it goes over the point line for a minor score. So 15-11-101 to 6-6-42. We've played 10 minutes in this final term, and that's on the league contracting time clock. What are the couple of the things that you reckon Macca and Dobbo will sort of look at, I guess the game review? I guess, it's the first game of the season. Everyone's getting that little bit of rust out. But is there one or two things you reckon they might look at just, that might stand out?
Look, number one, I don't think there'll be panic stations. No. I think they'd go, there's been a lot of talk and hype around Portland, and Portland have just played significantly better today. But look, it'd probably be like against a bigger midfield. Have we got the midfield? Have we got the midfield depth? Yeah, that was. Have we got the you got your Liam Hoy and your Connor Burns. So look, probably they're different stages of their ball use has probably been. They've probably cost a couple of goals from turnovers. Look, you can't fault their effort. But yeah, I don't think they'll be. I don't think it'll be disaster or panic stations.
There's number 4 for Connor Byrne this afternoon. He's been a shining light for the Saints. Really got him going in that second term. Got him fired up.
You go, Jag McInerney played in the seconds because I feel like Ben Malcolm's been really influential.
Yep.
So you look at that. You look at forward of the ball in terms of Will Couch has had a pretty quiet day.
But Paddy O'Sullivan would be good, that bit of grunt around the contest.
Put them back in, you put your Rebels kids back in.
Tommy Bolsh is probably because he gives you that bit of punch and rebound, but that height as well.
And McPherson, who goes to Wilson.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
So there is a few structural differences. I think the next time these two teams meet, that is for sure. So 7-6-48 Saints, 15-11-101 Portland. That's on the Solomon's Flooring and Blind scoreboard. Umpire Jeff Barker. He's been a treat today.
Done cricketer back in the day, Barks.
Was he?
Umpire. League president Shane Trelford used to play against Barks many, many years ago, and one day he put a rubber ducky on the crease and said, "You're going to be out for a duck today, Barks." And guess what? He was.
Was he an all-rounder or was he a gun batsman?
I reckon he might have been an all-right batsman, Barks, back in the day. So, good fella. And he's actually...
sledging from Trelf.
Yeah, it's good sledging. He's actually the president of the Western District Umpires Association, doing a great job as well. So, boundary throw in, a little bit shallow. Malcolm just paddled it forward. Jennings lost it. Good pressure there by McCutcheon and the Koroit defenders. And we'll get a stoppage. Even though Malcolm's probably won the majority of hit-outs and so forth, I reckon McCosh has still contested really well. Like, he's competed well. He's tried to
change things up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's a tough man to match up on Malcolm. Here they go via handball. Harrington to Rob. Squeeze it out to Mooney. Intercepted by Jackson. He's a workhorse. Puts it on the left boot. Just bounced it awkwardly for Sharp. Doing well there was the Saints defender. And I reckon that may have been Peterson. Ricochets off the boot and goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Paul, so they're starting to fire up down there, mate. You can hear the crowd getting into it because it's been a long time between drinks.
Yeah, it has, and look, good luck to them. To be honest, boys, they've stuck fat and been through some bad times. I know it's only round 1 and it's their first win for a while, but it'll give a lot of confidence moving forward into the rest of the season too, because they've played pretty good footy.
McCutcheon did well to Mooney. McCosh ball in hand, puts it on the boot and gets some high air time. Dobson has to take on 2. A great mark in the end by Moody. I'm really interested in where you're going to go with your votes, Wiggs, because I'll tell you what, there's been some standouts and you can only fit those standouts into 3 positions.
Yep, and the other issue is it's on streamer or wherever it is, and everyone's they've watched the game as well, so yeah.
There he goes, Edwards for the Portland Tigers. He kicks forward again. So Hodgkins, they've moved him back in this last quarter. Let's have a look at him, I reckon, down there, and he's been good. Mac Peterson steps through traffic. Good football. Looking and finds Dobson. Nice mark too. Good to see him back in the Koroit colours. He squares it up. Beautiful kick inboard to Campbell. To Couch. Campbell runs further afield. Couch bangs a long kick forward. Look at that.
Gee, that's a good kick.
Great kick. And a nice mark too. Taken by Byrne, and he's just coughed it up, unfortunately. And Clay Nichols just chips in. But he's been good. Connor Byrne at 8.
Where are you leaning, Wiggs? Where are you leaning towards? Give us maybe half a dozen players that are in contention.
All right, well, I've got written down here Malcolm. Jennings has been good, probably gone out of a little bit. Jennings has been good. I said Ubigang's probably gone out a little bit this quarter. Sharp started well. Obviously, Ben Malcolm. Huppets has probably been, when the game had to be there to win, he was probably one through the 3 quarters. And probably the only Koroit player that might come in, I'd be thinking with Mac Peterson. What do you blokes reckon?
Yeah, I reckon
you're
you've been
right.
pretty good, Wiggs. It's going to come out of those players.
But look, there's going to be a kid for Portland. It could be young Walsh, or it could be Edwards, or that they're going to rate. So, but anyway, that's what we've seen.
So that's for our pit stop player MVP for 2025. Some big decisions there by Adam Dowie, that is for sure. Here they go, the Saints. A good little chain of handballs. Inside out kick there by Bradley to centre it. Oh, Moody. Is that a mark to Moody? I reckon it may be. And that's a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone highlight of the day. And he's been pretty sound too.
His second half's been really good.
So Jay Moody, he was a gun forward before he left the Tigers.
I like him down back, boys.
I do too.
Good ball user, yep.
And he's. I look forward to seeing the stats, the Chittix Bakery stats and JJ King stats later on the week, and seeing what his kicking efficiency's been, because he's been very, very good, Moody. They get a ball inside forward 50, the Saints, and they're going to have a shot at goal through Jaron Neve. So it's 7-6-48 currently, the Saints, to 15-11, 101 the Portland Tigers. They're going to break a drought that's gone back to 2023, the Tigers.
Amazing.
When was the last time they kicked over 100 too, Portland?
Oh, geez, that's a big...
That's not that hard to find out, is it, Hilly?
I'll find that one out for you, mate.
That's pushing the fish, Wixie.
Well, I definitely reckon 2022 would have been a year where they've kicked over 100 points a number of times. I'll look at 23 and 24, but I reckon it may be nearly that 22 season. So here's Jay Moody. Great to have him back at the club. Spearing pass out. Big fly from the Tigers. And they're going to go for another retrieval and get it back in there, rather, the Saints. Right on the paint of the 50. No one going anywhere, and we'll have a stoppage. So it's a 52-point margin. 16 points, 16 minutes gone, I should say. And Jackson has been solid as well. Handballs out. Here's Yubi Gang. Here's your man, Wiggsy Walsh.
Played his wing really well.
Tell you what, I hope he's under 23. I wouldn't be mind a wing of for interleague. Here's Big Jake Wilson up the ground. He's kicked 4. Inboard to Walsh. Sells the candy. Over the top he goes. Jones. He'll go on the left boot. Inside forward 50 goes. Sharp. Did well. Bounced off. Marked. No, he didn't. They play on the end, and Couch will look to retrieve, and a beautiful spearing pass through the fingers of Dobson, but he's got Rook there to assist, and Rook will go inboard, and they'll look to try and get the ball moving once again, and Bradley's going to be onto it.
Bradley gets a handball to Dobson. Dobson just kicks down the line. Connor Burns the target. Oh, good mitts. He's exciting, this young kid. Go back and have a shot, Bernie. No, have a shot, mate. You're good enough to kick this. Set it out to the left-hand goalpost. This will be for 5. 5 out of 8 if he kicks this. Comes in. Oh, and he shanked it. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And sure enough, the Moz continues in 2025 when we put the Moz on someone to have a shot at goal.
I tell you what, he's like a Toby Jennings clone a little bit too with those aerial skills, isn't he? Yep. Like he's great overhead, Connor Byrne. He's an absolute ripper.
Looks fit too. So Portland. Jeffy Garlett snuck down back. Doesn't do that very often. Over the top to Jackson. Geez, he's been good. And you're right. You highlight and you go back. If I was coach Lockie Huppets, those 2 chase downs from Daniel Jackson that set the tone today. Real belief. Good mark there by Hodgins. Oh. He's had a good last quarter.
Yeah, he has.
Which would be pleasing.
I reckon he played a bit of down back when he was at South Rovers. I reckon he was down one of the main backmen down there. So it's not an area foreign to him.
He would have had a bit of work then, I'd say.
He's had plenty. He would have had plenty today too. At the school.
Poss, things have got to be getting exciting down there because it's been a long time for the Portland Tigers, mate. God, they're going to sing. I hope you get in the rooms because they're going to sing this song with some absolute gusto.
No doubt about that.
Elimination final 2022 is when they last kicked 100 points to Tigers.
Jeez, that's a fest.
And that was over at Port Fairy.
Hilly, how do you bring that up so quick?
Well, it was just because Lockie Rook's down the ear and Brian doing a little bit of research in the background for me in the studio.
Good question, Wiggs. Hey, they're moving into for the Doncaster Mile, the Group 1 over 1600 at Sydney. Another will. Wouldn't that be good? And another mark from the big man, Jake Wilson, Hilly.
He's going to go for 5, Matthew. You like the big forwards, and that was a good, strong, contested mark. And Jake Wilson, well, I'll tell you what, I reckon they've found their forward for the year. I know they played him a little bit defensively last year, Wiggsy, but predominantly forward, but I think that's his full-time home.
I love just his presence, too. I think it makes it look around, doesn't it?
He comes in.
Absolutely.
Goes across the face of goal, and it's spoiled, and it's punched over the boundary line, and probably an advantage for the Saints where they get about 30 metres outside their defensive 50.
Just has that knock-on effect too. So all of a sudden he's getting double-teamed now by the opposition, so that makes it easier for Sharp
and Jennings,
and Garlett and Jennings and those guys.
Yep.
So, yeah. And he can just stay at home. He doesn't have to get up the ground too far.
Ballantyne did well in the clinches. The handball comes out. Ballantyne tried to keep it alive. So did Tanner Lovell. And it over it goes for a boundary throw-in. So 52 points. We've ticked over into maybe, well, not quite red time yet, but we wouldn't be far away. And the Tigers are going to get their first victory in quite a while. The drought's going to be broken. And I dare say there's going to be some happy supporters here at Hanlon Park.
One of the best theme songs in the world, too.
Are they going to play it over the speakers? Are they going to put it over?
I reckon they've done it in the.
I'll be disappointed if they don't. Johnny Walsh, if you're listening, get it cranking, son.
So there they go, Harrington. Oh no, got it out. Stevens is there, but it's a free kick. And you can hear the cheers of the Tigers.
Listen to the fans. Hey, listen, let's go around the grounds quickly. Madco higher. Let's go Port Fairy. Final score. Mick Finnegan, what do you got for us, Mickey? Oh, sorry, just Wally, I should say. Wally steers. Jeffy Garlett goes back to lineman. We might actually just hold Wally there. Hang 5.
He's going for 4, Matthew.
Jeffy Garlett comes in. Kicks on its way. Fades across the front. Doesn't get the distance. Wilson doesn't let us down. He's going to slot it. This will be 5. And wait for the fans at the bar here at Portland. There's Big Jake. He's one of their faves. He's going to slot goal number 5. And the Tigers are going to win. And they're going to win comfortably. Jake goes bang. 16-11-107, Koroit 7-7-49. Wally, what's the latest at Vic Park, Koroit?
Well, the Tigers are up about, it's something about here. One will kick 10 goals in 10 minutes, a bit like the Carlton days of old. No, I'm only joking. It's still half time, so no change for the score, boys.
Oh, mate, you had us sucked in, hook, line and sinker, Walt. There's no doubt about you, big fella, so no change to the scoreboard there. Warrnambool v Hamilton, don't forget to run Morley taking on Canberra at 4:50 starts, so not too far away.
Yeah, Super Saturday clash up at Ridley Recreation Reserve. Let's go to Ash Carlson. All thanks to Matco Hire up South Warrnambool taking on the Cobden Bombers. What's the latest, Ash?
Yeah, good timing, lads. The siren has just gone. South Warrnambool 9-16-70 to Cobden 5-4-34.
Beautiful work, mate. We'll come back to you a little bit later on for your post-game wrap-up. But the Roosters, the reigning premiers, getting the job done over the Cobden Bombers. And as Ash said, sounds like there might be not some good news for Brodie Marnie with a knee injury, which we'll find out a little bit more about during the week. But if it's not, if it's a significant one, it's a big loss for the Cobden Bombers. Half-back line, Lovell gets it out. Big fly from Peterson, well read by Jennings, side steps, inboard handball, and they've used the handball going well. Curtis, he was going to go, and he was a bit hesitant. They got it going again. Geez, they run the Tigers. Inside forward 50. Nice bit of work there by Miller. As we've got that in the background.
Oh, I don't think it's me.
Sorry.
It's the boss, it's a sidewinder.
Here's Jennings. He sees over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So 107-49. It's been a complete performance by the Tigers. They set the standard early, Wigs. They kicked 6 goals in that third quarter, and they've done enough to register their first win.
Yeah, no, look, been super impressive. And notice to all the other Hampton League clubs, you're going to coming over here, it's going to be a tough road trip.
Well, I just think, we spoke about it sort of at the start. I think it's just going to be one of those seasons where you're going to have to be on your game every week because you just don't know what the opposition's going to dish up.
Yep, yeah, no, absolutely. So, but they couldn't be more impressive. Like I said, Koroit will be disappointed, but I don't think they'll be too shattered. They've been good in patches. So.
Absolutely. Good defensive punch by Moody. He'll go the little soccer dribble kick inside the corridor, looking for Curtis. Just bumped off the ball there by Couch. That was well done. And he's played up the ground a little bit just to get his hands on the footy. And I reckon he'll be better for it for next week too, Couchy. There's no doubt about it. He's a dangerous player when he gets that ball in his hands. So just a bit of junk time now. But the Tigers are going to win, and they're going to sing that song for the first time since round 3, 2023, when they beat the Hamilton Kangaroos in Anzac Day footy. Lovell, spearing pass, Wilson. He dropped to his knees. He almost trapped the football. Here they go, wrapped up. Good tackling pressure.
Is Sharp still out there, boys?
Yeah, he's still running down there. Okay.
Steffi Magnetica gets a job in the Doncaster done too, boys, for Bjorn Baker and Jason Collett at $22. Was my value play at Palmer Bet during the week too, boys. Didn't have a cracker on, but did have in quad. So not long to go here. Not long to go here. And I'll tell you what, the Portland crowd is going to erupt. And so they should. This has been a great win and a great start to the 2025 season. Here goes Waterson. Gathers. Throws it on the boot. Bouncing football. Moody. Oh, he just steps through traffic so well. He's got better as the game's gone on. Have a look at that for a kick to Sharp. Over the top to a running Valentine. Snaps around the body for a bit of junk time and goes through for a minor score. So 16-12, 108 Portland. Koroit 7-7, 49. Solomon's 4 in blind scoreboard. And the league contracting time clock, not long to go, Wiggs.
Yeah, look, it's again, I think both sides will be looking forward to the siren going. I think they both look pretty tired, but it's been reasonably warm and there's been a lot of running both ends. So, but like I said, a little bit of junk time, just collecting some stats.
Ball goes inboard that time to Jack Block. He's been good too. Handball over the top to Hoy. Hoy goes inboard to the Moon Man. Further afield to Rook. Rook swings on the right boot looking for Byrne. Just goes through his hands that time. There's Neve. Wrapped up in a strong tackle. And the umpire says, let's have a ball up. I reckon it should be a party time, Avery, tonight. He wouldn't want to be a Great Northern Stubby or Can.
Well, I guess, too, you want to sort of try and keep it in check as well, because it's only the first game weeks, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I think Lockie Hubbards, like the supporters and that will probably have it, but I think Lockie Hubbards will be...
Is he going to cut the hair?
Well, that's what... Isn't that the rumour? So,
keep it on, son. Keep it on. Might be like Samson if he does. He'll lose his powers. He's been good, Hubbards, too. He's led from the front, hasn't he?
Yep.
There's McCutcheon, that's Dylan.
He'll be in there, probably considered for the votes.
He will be considered for the votes. You and Pos Kelly doing the post-game wrap-up this afternoon. All thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool. Matty Canady, great to have him back on board. There's Edwards to Moody to a running Ubergang who just got wrapped up in a tackle. It was a good tackle too. Byrne, he'd be in Koroit's best today. He's tried hard. So we've got another ball up. Can't be long to go. Malcolm again. He's been enormous. Edwards dives on top of the football. Still barking instructions downstairs. And we'll be waiting to see if this song's going to pump out over the speakers. Malcolm again. Coming through there was Block. Handball to no one in particular. There's Ubergang. He's been magnificent. He goes back to number 81 in Clay Nichols. Nichols over the top to Lovell. Further afield back to Ubergang. A chain of handballs on that far outer side. Lace out football goes through the hands of the big man Wilson that time. And the defensive back six mop up through Peterson to McCosh. Kick comes off to Rook. Sells a little bit of candy. Kicks further afield looking for Neve. And good kick. And Joran Neve doesn't let him down. And he'll go back. He's about 45 out in the 45 angle. Wants to play on and go short. Back to Rook. And Lockie Rook will go back and have a shot on goal. As the siren goes. And the Tigers They've won one, and the jubilation from Malcolm and Huppets is there for all to see as Rook comes in. He leans back and kicks a goal, but it's all too late, and Koroit go to 8-7-55. Portland winners 16-12-108, and the Tigers have broken a near 2-year drought. Wigsy and Hilly, and they're on the winners board, and there's a song.
Beauty.
Pump it up. Pump it up for Tiger supporters.
I hope Poss gets in there early because I reckon she's going to be jam-packed in the Portland room. So, no, they were terrific right from the start. The first minute, they just looked organised, clean, tough, quick. Their midfield depth and just getting those forward entries. Like I think Possum said, that 7 marks in their forward line in the third quarter. So a good result is about 16. So they were I think the second lowest marking inside 50 team last year. Won't be happening this year. They're going to get more entries. Their forward line looks a lot more dangerous. And again, Jennings can play forward a bit more. Curtis can, if he can play. Daniel Jackson's down there, and obviously Garlett, and then Wilson who's kicked 5, and then Sharp who started off really well, but they've just got some different avenues to goal. So a spread of goal kickers.
Let's go downstairs to our man of the moment, Philip Possum Kelly. Poss, jubilation down there in the Portland huddle.
Yeah, absolutely, boys. They're just huddled in together, going through some congratulating each other, and let's see whether Lockie's going to have a bit of a chat before I grab someone. I'm going to get Jeffy Garlett because I love those little small forwards. You know that, you blokes, and sort of have a chat. I'll get you're not going to have a chat to him or anything. You're right.
Poss is running the show. He's running the show down there. The C's just telling Lockie Hubbard, you're going to have a chat to him, boys. Jeffy Garlett downstairs.
Yeah, we've got
Poss.
Jeffy, mate. That's a nice way to start the season. Yeah, it definitely is, mate. I'm coming out of Portland, from where they've come from to where we are now, the new list. The boys played amazing all day, challenging with the breeze, but they still stuck to the routine, still the way we want to play is what brings amazing teams to come forward.
And right from the start, I mean, you got going early, which was good. But as the game went on, you could see the confidence just lift amongst everybody. You really controlled the game, particularly after half time. And I think, you could just see from the boundary looking on that the confidence just rising from everybody, and everyone was just enjoying it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what pre-season's for. You bring all the boys together, work on the game plan, and you stick to it, and it just shows today. Amazing young group. They've done an amazing job in the pre-season to get where they are, where we want to be as a team going forward. It just shows what potential they got going forward.
And mate, we're having a bit of a chat before the game, and you said even after 185 games in the AFL, you're still a little bit toey and a bit nervous.
Yeah, always, mate. Doesn't matter how old you are, you still have a little nervous because it's exciting to get back playing footy. You've been playing since you were a kid. You have that love for the game. I still enjoy it to this day.
Good on you, mate. We'll get in and sing the song.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Oh, how good is that? I'll tell you what I love. I've been watching Lockie Huppets, mate. He's been getting around a lot of these players because they haven't tasted victory for so long, and he is so excited for this group, isn't he?
Oh, look, absolutely. Losing becomes a habit, but winning can become a habit as well. So they'll be just soaking it all up, and then coming to training, going to work Monday, getting up tomorrow morning.
The town will be a buzz.
Yeah, you're going to be feeling better, and it's just like good results reinforce and things, and it just sort of can snowball a little bit, but they'll be going away. They were super organised defensively, I thought. Again, we spoke about young Walsh just being able to get back and play his role, and they've really organised in terms of pressing up. In terms of locking the ball in their front half, stoppage wise, Ben Malcolm was outstanding. I don't know how many hit outs he had, but and put them a lot of them to advantage. So,
geez, I hope we get in these rooms here because they're going to sing it. I'm going to try and hold this out.
Just in now, boys. So hanging in. You still there?
Hang in there, Poss.
Yeah, we're in there, boys. We're going to get her, I think.
Oh, we're hopeful of getting it. I'll tell you what, they're just about to start it, I think.
Can you lean out the box?
Might get snippets.
We might get snippets.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we're just missing it. Oh, it's shattering. This is shattering, boys, to be honest. It's one of the greatest theme songs ever and gets you up and about. And the sidewinder will be copping the Gatorade shower down there. Yeah. Oh, we are just copying little bits left, right and centre. I can't believe it. We've missed that. That is unbelievable, but that is local footy at its finest. Hey, boys, we're going to take a quick break here on Hampden League Live. What a magnificent victory by the Portland Tigers over the Koroit Saints.
3YBFM's Hampden League. 3YBFM's Hampden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.